This podcast is presented by Zack Labs, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. Have you ever had issues using materials to build cosplay costumes, theater props, or everyday repair? We have the solution you've been looking for. Zack Labs proudly presents our latest product, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. What you get is a 8.5 by 12 inch sheet. You simply peel off both sides much like you would double stick tape, except this isn't that. This is our patent-pending microfiber infused adhesive that has a tensile strength of up to 100 pounds. This unique adhesive sheet is instant, and boy, do we mean instant. Activation is different than other products, as ours works purely by pressure. Simply peel and stick, applying even force, and it bonds. Instantly. It's human-safe, non-toxic, pet-safe, no fumes, and the best part, it won't ever stick to your hands. Rated for up to 75 wash cycles before starting to give. Great in the cold, rain, and even the heat. Stick anything to almost anything. Metals, plastics, most cloths, and best of all for all you cosplayers and costume builders, is all of your foam materials. While it does stick instantly, leave it alone with a bit of pressure for 24 hours and it cures to even stronger. So wave your magic wand and just use Cosbond, the instant costume adhesive. You are listening to a Dynamic Works Productions podcast. This show is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, and many, many more podcast services around the world. You can find all our content, music, videos, books, podcasts, and more on our website, www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Have questions, comments, or concerns for us? Head on over to the social tab on www.dynamicworksproductions.com if you'd like to talk to us. Now, on with the show. To the Forking Era podcast. I am half the man you knew, author, podcaster, gamer, Tim K. Trotter. Joining me, as always, even though we missed last week's, is my faithful steed. The totally, there's probably fucked up shit in your life, but less fucked up shit in your life right now than mine. The one, the only, the Nair of Bayers. I don't know. I was thinking horses again. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
The Blister of Blisters. Buster of Knuckles. Mike List.
Hey, what's up, Tim? How you doing, buddy?
I am doing absolutely awful in almost every conceivable possible way.
Yeah. I have a feeling we'll get to that. And dear Fork fam, just be ready because I've been privy to this early, and I've said a few times. I think I've said a few times to Tim, like, goddamn Tim. So, batten down the hatches and get the fuck ready.
Yeah, we're gonna get real gross this episode, and not in a sexual way, though it's kind of related to those organs.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna spin the ring and see where Lady fucking cunt fate lands us. And we have landed on entertainment water. Okay, fine. All right, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's been going on entertainment-wise. I'm trying to think, because last week, and I know you know this, even though at the time of this recording, Fork Fam, the episode is not out because I've had some medical issues going on, amongst other things. We did last week's Fork with the one, the only
Burning Wing, and he was fantastic. But it was only like an hour and a half show because it was like right before he had to go to a ball game.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I remember, like, sorry for a fan, show's over fast, we're done now. And there was like a bunch of stuff we had, but I don't remember what we did and didn't say. So if some of this is repeats from last week's episode, that'll probably go out real soon with this one or before this one. I apologize in advance. Let's see. So there's more Movie Pass drama, of course.
Christ.
Because there is. So they're reducing their film lineup to 6 to 7 rotating titles daily. So if there's like 12 movies out or whatever, depending on the day, you can only see 6 or 7 of them. And at first I was like, okay, sure, fine. But when I looked at my Movie Pass this morning, so I'd very much like to use it this month.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I did use it this month. I saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I was going to say Jurassic World 2, but then I was like, it's got another fucking title. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go see Mission Impossible today, finally. And I looked at the lineup, and my choices were Christopher fucking Robin, which everybody says is a horrible movie, or Happy Time Murders, which, on the one hand, I'm hearing really great things about that, by the way.
I've seen it.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Was it good?
Yep.
Worth it?
I laughed out loud.
Okay, cool. Because I might go see that tonight then.
It's. I mean, don't go there thinking it was going to be no fucking Academy Award winning thing, but
I mean, I would never go
for
into
what
a
it
fucking
is,
thinking that at all.
I mean, it was directed by Chris Henson's son, or I'm sorry, not Chris Henson, John Henson.
Jim Henson.
Jim Henson. John Henson's
like,
another
who the fuck names are you
another
saying?
actor. Sorry, god damn it. Yeah, Jim Henson's son, Brian, I think was his name.
Okay.
Directed it, and it's like
I didn't know that actually.
The production company is Henson Alternative.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like
puppet wise, it's super authentic.
I mean, there's the bunny that everyone the famous bunny puppet. There's a version of that. I mean, there's no like Miss Piggy or any of the copyrighted.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But there is like the vulture. There's a very very hilarious scene with a cow and an octopus.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's the sex scene,
and
which is
how was what's her name, Melissa McCarthy? Because like I like Melissa McCarthy. I've loved her ever since Gilmore Girls, but I find that her comedy movies, they're either smash hit or just eh.
Most of the lines I laughed at were from her.
Oh, really? Okay, so she kills it.
Well, I mean, because everything's better with puppets, so there was like the back and forth, and if you like cop stuff, cop shows, cop dramas, it does. I mean, it's not very drama-y, but
sure.
There is the tropey, I'm a cop type of thing.
Yeah. So I was looking at the runtime, and it's Movie Pass. It says it's an hour and a half, so it's like so it's real tight.
It's super tight. There's
good.
not a lot of chuffa.
Oh, that's
if you know what I mean.
That's good because I hate that. I honestly hate that. So that's cool. Yeah, I might see that tonight because if I don't see it tonight, I don't know when the fuck it's gonna be back on Movie Pass. God damn it! That's where I was going with that.
Actually, it's funny. AMC now has their version of Movie Pass.
Oh, I know.
It's called A-List.
Oh yeah. Now that I did talk about with Burning Wing last week.
Okay.
Which is fine, except he lives rural, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to make a trip to go movies anyway. My nearest AMC is 35 miles away. And I like AMC movies, actually.
Yeah.
Like, their theaters are just fucking better. They just are.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Fight me if you want to.
Yeah, right? But, yeah. Like, I would do that if I lived closer to an AMC, but I don't.
But it's like $35 a month for it, but you get to see like 6 movies a month. And there's no like, you can only see this flick or this flick. You get to see 6. And I'm like, man, I looked over and, Jess was like, that might be worth it. And I'm like, we have Movie Pass. And she was like, we couldn't use it. And I'm like, true, very true. We couldn't use it right now. Because our movie was Christopher Robin and Crazy Rich Asians.
which I hear is actually good.
Yeah, but we wanted to go. It was her birthday weekend.
Uh-huh.
Her birthday was on Thursday. We'll talk about that in life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I was like, on the
Which,
way
by
back.
the way, I didn't know about, or I would have said something about it, and I had to read about it on Twitter.
It's fine.
Like a dick hat.
It's fine. She doesn't get like.
No,
She always says
she's not a birthday person.
no. She is, but she always says she's like your Buster Knuckle life has nothing to do with me. And I'm like, okay,
fair enough.
So I mean, I okay.
So you're telling me I shouldn't have friended her on Twitter then?
No, you're fine.
Okay,
you're fine. You're just gonna see a lot of political stuff and stuff about Pete. I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time.
Okay.
So that's the ins and the outs of it. Maybe some shit about me. Very doubtful though.
Okay. Fair enough. So,
but yes.
Do you still have Movie Pass, or did you get the AMC thing?
We're gonna get the AMC thing.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean that makes sense for you because you have one nearby, right?
You have 3.
Oh yeah. See, if I did that, I mean, I have Regals nearby. I would totally do AMC's if they, if I didn't have to fight through fucking an hour and a half of traffic to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I go to AMC, because AMC, also the closest one, it also has an IMAX. So yeah. I'm like, and I like IMAX films. I'm one of those people. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you get it.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Oh, so something that came out that I was talking a little bit about last week with Burning Wing. So Netflix's Disenchantment came out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen approximately half of, I guess, the first half of season 1. And I have some thoughts on it. Did you dive in and check it out yet, Mike?
No, I have not yet.
Okay. Are you on the fence, I assume?
I am very on. I mean, I'm 50-50 with his stuff. Sure. So, it's one of those things.
Okay, fair enough. So my thoughts on Disenchantment are, I think the pilot, there's something off about the pilot for sure. Mm-hmm. There's missing sound effects or something. And it's I feel like there should be walking noises here in this scene. You know what I mean? Things like that. But that's just the pilot. So I would say it's probably one of those ones, don't hold the pilot to the rest of the show, even though it's all released in one run, mm-hmm. kind of thing. It definitely gets better. I watched it with my Jessica, and she has this stance on really anything that if she's not entertained or interested in 30 minutes, she's out. Be it a movie, TV show, whatever. That's your window, and that's it. She's like, if it doesn't got me in 30, I don't have fucking time for it. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. To each his own. And, yeah, and the pilot was weird because it was 45 minutes, mm-hmm. and it's animated. And that's I don't know. I almost feel like even the best animated shows, the ones that are famous, like Simpsons and Futurama and Family Guy and all those, and Rick and Morty even, it's those are a air quotes 30-minute show, usually 24, 25 minutes with ads and stuff. And because of that, it's tight. The jokes are tight. And Disenchanted, first 45 minutes, and yeah, it's a brand new show, brand new worlds, totally different characters, world building, all that sort of jazz. It's it's all right, I guess. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I would say of the characters so far, the demon, there's this demon, I don't know his name, but every scene with him is spot on good, and like Futurama good or Simpsons good, depending on your cup of tea. And a lot of people are like, well, it's from Matt Groening and David X. Cohen, who were both the mutual creators and or co-creators of Futurama and Simpsons. And people are like, well, which is it? And I'm like, well, I mean, there's definitely, you can feel the Simpsons DNA, just like you could in Futurama, but it also feels very Futurama-y, I guess. And part of that is like a lot of the background characters are the fucking cast from Futurama. You know, like the king is
Yeah.
fucking played by John DiMaggio Bender, and it's like, you know, he's got that very specific Jersey raspy growl. You know what I mean? And then like various women and queens are played by Tress MacNeille, who is of course Mom, and 1,000 other characters in Futurama. You know, and ancillary characters are Maurice LaMarche, who was people like Calculon and stuff like that. So it's like the world sounds, if you know what I mean, like Futurama.
Yeah.
You know, animation style, it's a little bit different. Like the characters are definitely Matt Groening type of drawing, Futurama, Simpsons type style, but the backgrounds are like hyper detailed. Like Futurama was like definitely more detailed than Simpsons, but this is like way more detail. Like there's a lot of jokes like going on just in the background and stuff that may or may not have been present in shows like Futurama. You know, like there's a lot of like when they're going through like town in so the place they live is called Bentwood, which is a great name, by the way.
Yeah.
But like there's like lots of like little things, like little storekeep stuff, and it's like buy one poison get two poison free, or you know, selling children at orphanages, all kids must go, kind of, you know, a lot of little background stuff. And I find like it feels like one of those shows that's like we've got something good here, but we're also kind of trying to find it. And like, and I know this may not hit home for you, but it kind of feels to me like I was kind of meh on like the first 5 episodes of Community, and then like something about it in episode 6, like everything clicked for me, and I feel like we're getting there with Disenchantment. And I obviously haven't seen the whole run yet, but you know, like after the first episode, like Jessica, like I asked Jessica as the litmus test, and she was like, well, it was a pilot, so I'll give it one more episode. And then like episode 2, I was like, so are you done with the show? And I'll just like watch it on my own or what? And she's like, I don't know, like it's good, but it's not bad, but it's not great. And you know, she's watched up with me to 5, and I was like, okay, so we're gonna keep going. And she's like, yeah, we'll keep going. It seems to keep getting better. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So that's, you know, sorry folks if someone wanted a glowing review or something, like yes, it's fucking amazing out of the gate. It's not amazing out of the gate, but it has a lot of potential. You know, brand new world, brand new rules, new characters, like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It has the potential to be as good as what came before. So that's what I'll say on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Funness. So I guess Netflix is gonna make a movie sequel to Death Note. So that's cool. You know, movie wasn't terrible. wasn't great, and also totally shitty on the Seattle locales. You know, in that film that they set in Seattle that never set foot in Seattle, kind of thing. But sure, at least, you know, Ryuk was spot on, so more of that for sure. And I guess it's being written by this dude called Greg Russo, not related to the Russo brothers, who's writing a Mortal Kombat movie apparently right now. So he's writing this Netflix Death Note sequel. So that's a thing. You probably know about this because I know you're like, okay, so I've looked around for this because it's like I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan. Like I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt right now, and I know you're a Venom Carnage symbiote fan. Is there like a specific name? Like Spider-Man, it's like, oh, you're a webhead. You know, everybody knows that. Spider-Man fan, you're a webhead. Venom, is it like
a Cinnabro?
Because I've heard several things. I
just invented that, by the way, just to let you know.
It's not bad. It's not shabby. Symbiote, Cinnabro. Because I've heard Venomites, I've heard Carnage Addicts, I've heard. I'm trying to think of what the fuck their Reddit title is. It's something
None of
like
those
that
are
too.
really good. None of those are as good as
Yeah.
Cinebro.
Well, or Webhead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Webb has the best for Spider-Man. Yeah.
Well, and Stan Lee fucking came up with it too. So it's like it's already got that zing.
Yeah. It's from. It was made by God himself.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, have you heard about Venom's new powers in the comics?
I have not. I've heard that they have now released the God of the Cenobites.
Yeah.
Not Cenobites. Sorry, Cenobites
Wow, I was about to go off.
Hellraiser. the symbiotes. Yeah, Null or whatever. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
that's cool. He's afraid of fire. That's why they're afraid of fire and sound, because that's what the first thing that scared them when they were made in time immemorial. No, I haven't heard about it.
And I guess it was a celestial, a dead celestial.
Mm-hmm.
Is the god of the symbiotes, and the skull that is nowhere in Guardians of the Galaxy. I guess that's the god that made the symbiotes. Apparently,
yeah, I've seen all that.
Sure, whatever. Why not?
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess Venom, has fucking like Bat Dracula wings now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're kind of gnarly looking. I mean, symbiote designs. It looks like. They look like like bat, really Dracula wings. Like with the claws at the top of the wings, but then like on the ribs between the wings is like it's like the spider legs, but they're all like bone looking, so it looks like really terrifying.
Yeah, very very Venom aesthetic.
Yeah, there's a picture and entertainment on the Discord, bud. If you wanted to see what I was talking about.
Yeah,
or anybody wanted to see what I was talking about, you can join our Fork Family Discord. Go over to @GetForkPod on Twitter. Click the link. We don't bite. And then another thing that I think is really cool is this is actually originally development in HBO, but then it went over to Apple, and now Apple has officially ordered a straight-to-series for Isaac Asimov's Foundation novels to be turned into like a ridiculously high-budget science fiction TV show. And all you really need to know is it's a saga of humans scattered across planets throughout the galaxy, living under the rule of the Galactic Empire. And it's Isaac Asimov. So it's fucking good. And if you don't believe me, go check out Blade Runner and then iRobot and a bunch of other famous science fiction shit, because the dude was legend. So that's coming, because I guess coming probably next year, there's going to be a shit ton of TV shows coming specifically from Apple. I don't know how they're going to do that. Like if it's just like, oh, you buy it on iTunes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to be like a new platform kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like a subscription thing. I could see them going either way on it, because it's like, they already have the fucking platform,
Yeah, it's Apple. They can do whatever they want, really.
That's true. Like, when you're $1 trillion company, you can do whatever the fuck you want. No doubt. But at the same time, it's also like, well, since it's only through them, like, they've got to, like, advertise it somehow, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see. But we know Apple is going to very, very much, I think they've got like 100 shows in development right now. Some of them already set to film this fall, because I guess they got tired of sitting on their laurels while Amazon was quickly catching up in some respects to the might of Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Everybody's going to have their own fucking TV series exclusive to some fucking platform. Like, it's already happened at some point. Sometimes it's failed, like PlayStation Network's exclusive TV show, Powers, which, by the way, was actually fantastic, if anybody was curious. Still available for free if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber. It is actually a fantastic show. That's what I have for entertainment. Oh, and there's a couple other things that broke yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn, 100%, not returning to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He had a meeting. He said the meeting was very amicable, and he's not butthurt or heartbroken or anything about it, but he will not be returning to the Guardians franchise, or Marvel, or Disney. Full stop.
Yeah, you probably should have guessed that was coming.
I mean, we basically knew it was coming when he was fired from it.
Yeah.
By Disney president. Like, from the top down. Like, true.
When the boss says you're fired, you're fucking fired.
Yeah, but then, you know, like, there's huge fan petitions, and people like Dave Bautista, Drax, were just like, I will fucking straight up not honor my contract and break my contract and not do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 if James Gunn isn't there. And so, nobody knows what's happening with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, except that as of, like, 8 p.m. yesterday, the production for the whole movie, which was supposed to start filming in a couple months, has been officially put on hold. And the production crew is being pulled off and sent to other Marvel films.
Yeah.
So...
kind of bummer there for me because I love those films.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of specific love for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and that kind of humor and that crew and all that sort of stuff. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I know a lot of people have done like their fan listing for like who should direct a Guardians film, since James Gunn ain't going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any directors off the top of your head you think could handle that kind of a film?
Everybody, Joss Whedon.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that just goes hand in hand, right?
I mean, that's an obvious one.
I mean,
big cast of characters, wacky one-liners, space.
I would like to. This is like, you know, super far out there. I'd like to see Guillermo del Toro.
Ooh, I think he could handle it in terms of like the world building and stuff. I'm a little bit leery on his ability to handle humor.
Yeah, I just like his. I mean, Hellboy was good. Hellboy was funny. Had humor.
Yeah. I liked Hellboy. Don't get me wrong. I liked Hellboy. Liked the first Pacific Rim. But some jokes, hit or miss. You know.
Yeah, that also might be because, you know, he does have that language barrier. I mean, he does speak English, but he's not a native first language English speaker.
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah.
I kind of feel like that's not really a thing. He's been making movies a long fucking time.
Yeah, and he's
in
fucking
English.
I love his movies. I just like his aesthetic.
I agree. He's killer when it comes to you know, unique visual stuff. You know, he's one of those few directors that can really do something unique when it comes to the visual space of things. My vote, who's already proven himself in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is Taika Waititi, who did Thor 3.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot all about him.
Yeah, that just makes sense to me. Because it's like, it was already a space adventure, and it was hella funny.
It was. The Rock character might have been the standout character for that. Oh. Hey, man, we got this big old spaceship. Want to come with us? Like, the end.
Oh, we're about to start a revolution, but forgot to print enough pamphlets at my mum's. That's my greatest thing. I love
the end where he was like, I stepped on him on the bridge. I just been carrying him around. I was alive. And they ask him again. Like, dude, I fucking giggled so hard. For that movie made me giggle, and I love it so much. Yeah,
it's true.
That's actually probably that's a good get. That would be the one then.
Yeah, that would definitely make sense. So, the one thing that can be confirmed though is that James Gunn's script will still be used in air quotes some fashion for Volume 3. I imagine either because because these scripts aren't necessarily developed in isolation because they got to connect to everything else.
Yeah.
So I'm sure whatever retooling is being done to the script is also a factor of whoever the fuck they're going to get to direct it, and also whatever kind of bitch scene is going on with the actors too. You know, because like Dave Bautista, super vocal. He's like, I ain't fucking doing it. I'm done. I'm out. Fuck y'all. You know.
Until they drop that paycheck on his ass.
I mean, either that, Disney lawyers. All I'm saying, he has a contract with Disney.
No. You're right.
You know, and then the other thing too, and this is super unfortunate and very cutthroaty, but of all of the people, you know, I've said this a million times, but like Disney does not fucking hesitate to fucking replace you.
Oh yeah.
Ask fucking Edward Norton in the Hulk, or the first guy to play
Eric Bana,
Rhodey Rhodes.
Oh
no, I wasn't going back.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah, Terrence Howard. You know, second you bitch, you out. And also Drax, you know, he's just a bald, muscular dude in paint. So
Not that necessary of a character.
yeah. And I got nothing against Batista or anything like that. Like, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Very good on your personal integrity, sir, because, you know, that director took a chance on you when nobody necessarily else would. Because you didn't really have an established acting career, even though you came from WWE, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I get it. That's fine. But at the same time, you don't bite the hand that's feeding you mid-sentence. That just seems dumb to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I think that's it I have for entertainment.
I started watching The Orville.
Oh, finally? Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah. I like it.
It gets better, actually.
Yeah, I can. I mean, obviously, I could tell it gets better. I'm on episode 4.
Oh yeah, it gets way better. Like, they find their stride probably around 7.
Mm-hmm.
And they strike. Like, it's really weird because like the first couple episodes, it's like, oh, they're kind of a parody comedy show, and then like some of them get like super dark.
Yeah, the one about the baby girl. That one got super dark.
Oh yeah, and you're like, wait a minute, this is actually interesting, captivating sci-fi.
Yeah, wait a minute, this is pretty actual, like, real life-ish.
Yeah, and then they hit a real nice note where it's like, oh, they're consistently funny, the characters are interesting, and they're telling like really interesting sci-fi stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, Orville. Shout out to Seth MacFarlane for living the Star Trek fan's dream, and also making a good Star Trek show. Because let's be honest, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's coming back in fall, I think, for season 2, which is good, which is very good. A lot of people, and I know you haven't seen it yet. Wait, I don't think you've seen it. You haven't seen Star Trek Discovery yet, have you?
No.
A lot of people were like, some people were just mad Star Trek Discovery exists and shitting on it, and then they're like, Orville's the real Star Trek or whatever. I like them both, but I've said that before.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you like him. Are you watching it with your Jess?
No.
Oh, just on your own?
No.
Okay.
That's the only good thing about, yeah, like, I mean, we watch a lot of shows together,
mm-hmm.
but we have totally different tastes when it comes to, like, certain shows.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's true.
Like, yeah, I can, she's, every now and then she's like, okay, cool, I'm going to bed. I'm like, cool, I'm going to watch The Orville. She's like, yeah, I have no, I mentioned, I was like, do you want to watch The Orville? And she's like, no, I do not. And I'm like, well, okay, that's fair.
See, and I have the opposite thing where my Jessica loves The Orville.
Mm-hmm.
Hates literally everything else Seth MacFarlane has ever done, and also Star Trek.
Wow.
But she loves the Orville. And I'm like, babe, this is fucking Star Trek Next Generation. So therefore, you love Star Trek Next Generation. She's like, it's not true. That's impossible. Because she has to fit in a Star Wars reference. Okay, I do have one other entertainment thing. So, me and Jessica were real meh last night. And, like, she didn't know what she wanted to watch or whatever. And so, like, as people may remember, I have, like, birthday coupons to use on, like, I will watch, like, a show or whatever like that. And then I was like, I think you should watch Breaking Bad, hon. And she's been like stout against Breaking Bad, and not just because like, oh, whatever, Breaking Bad or whatever, or I don't like it or I don't try it, but like she's just like against anything that's like from like a bad guy's perspective, I guess.
Sure.
With the exception of Dexter, where obviously he's murdering for justice or whatever. And well, I guess technically, I mean, she likes Hannibal too, so that doesn't really.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I don't know. That's what she says. You can pick that apart if you want.
I think you picked apart the hole in that thinking there.
Yeah. Well, whatever. She's like, no, I don't want to watch it. It's anti-cop and drugs and stuff. And it's like, well, Hannibal.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I burnt a coupon, and furthermore, because I haven't burnt a coupon yet on a TV show, I was like, so, like, because the coupon's kind of vague. It's like, we'll watch a show of my choosing, and it's not like we'll watch one episode, we'll watch a series, like, it's kind of vague. And thankfully, which Jessica later regretted, her terms, she like rewrote the terms on the coupon, and she's like, okay, I'll give a show that I totally don't want to watch 3 episodes of a TV show.
Wow, that's way above her guidelines of
I was like, wow, that's
30 minutes.
I know, right? So so we watched 2 episodes of Breaking Bad. We've got one more on the coupon left. She's kind of on it, but she doesn't think that it's a bad show. And I'm like, I will get her. We'll get her yet. So that's occurring. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad, man?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I get all the references, all that. It never really interested me.
It's a fantastic show.
Just like I've never seen Sons of Anarchy. I've never seen.
I tried to watch Sons of Anarchy because a buddy of mine who was he was like my Breaking Bad buddy. He was like, I mean, if you like Breaking Bad, you might like Sons of Anarchy. And I tried, and I'm just like, I just don't give a shit about this motorcycle gang.
Yeah.
Like I was happy to see, what's her name? Because she voices Leela, and she was from fucking
Kathy Siegel.
Yeah, Kathy Siegel. What's the Married with Children?
Yeah.
Right?
She was Peg Bundy.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And I was like, it's cool to see her being like a ruthless bitch, But like the rest of the show, it's like I don't get it. Like, okay, and you got your Ron Perlman, got your bank gang, got your fights between the gangs. Okay, whatever. So I tried. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Well, anyway, I would always recommend Breaking Bad to people, if they like dark, and I phrase it this way very specifically, if they like dark as shit comedies, or like black comedies, I guess is probably the actual entertainment word. So, Breaking Bad, definitely a black comedy. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's what's going on. Realm of entertainment. Okay, I guess I should spin, huh?
I mean, yeah, sure. I did see the video, a video on YouTube saying that it's been teased and announced that Venom is a trilogy, and there will be a Carnage tie.
They announced yesterday that Tom Hardy has signed on for 3 Venom films.
Yeah, and I wanted to be like, oh, cool, a Carnage tie. Anybody could have seen that coming.
Well, and then the other thing too is like, that's super duper duper standard practice to have 3 movies if it's a franchise thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew Garfield, had a contract for 3 Spider-Man movies, and he only did 2 because Sony.
Listen,
so
if we get 2 Venom flicks, I think we succeeded in life.
I mean, even though there's no Peter Parker and Spidey, and it looks good. It looks entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want it to be good. you know?
Yeah.
Or at the very least, like, because, like, I am really not sure the tone of the film. Because another thing that was said the other day was, like, somebody, I guess there's a Q&A with the director, and then they're like, is Venom going to be R-rated or PG-13? And he was like, I honestly don't know. That's up to Sony. He's like, he said, the way it's filmed, I could see it could be either way.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
I was like, okay, that's fair. I mean, I personally, I would like it to be R, personally. Because, like, from the trailer, the most recent trailer where it shows Venom a lot, and there's obviously some dark ass humor in it. So it's like, is it, like, I guess I just don't know the tone of the film. Like, is it going to be like really dark all the time, and that's like the one humorous moment that they're showing in the trailer, or is it going to be more like the comics, or like what tone are they going with?
Mm-hmm.
So, and honestly, like, if, like, I think that's the thing that I think I'm worried about that more than the fact that it doesn't have Peter Parker. Like, I'm worried that the tone will be, like, all over the place, or just, like, the wrong tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about with the Venom film at this point. Because it's like, it's happening. Can't stop it.
Like, there's nothing worse than a movie that doesn't know its place.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you're watching and you're like, what is this? Like, there is we watched a trailer yesterday. Obviously, into the movies. It was very purgy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, what would happen if the entire town's personal information was hacked, like pictures and emails and all that was hacked, and then, like, the town went crazy and started killing everybody.
Oh, okay. What's the name of this film? Is it on, like, Netflix or something?
No, it's coming out in theaters. It's like The Purge, basically, but it's like Patriot Days or something like that. And I was like, yep, not gonna. And as soon as it came up, Jess looked at me and goes, add that to a list of movies I will never fucking watch ever in my entire life. And I'm like, right? And she's like, it looked terrible. I'm like, no, it did look terrible. It's just, when I first saw it, I was thinking, because it takes place in Salem. So I thought, like, okay, cool. Maybe like a remake of The Craft or something like that, because it had 4 girls. They were moderately attractive, all that stuff. And then it was just like, nope. Okay, cool. A hacker hacked their, their skin pictures, their nudie pics. Cool, I guess. And then it was like, girl hit a guy with a shovel, and I just look over and we both just shook our head like, no. And then the Nun. Have you seen the trailer for that yet?
I don't know, probably. I tend to tune out when it comes to horror film, and this is not to say that I don't like horror. I do, actually. Fun thing on horror that I should probably mention, if this podcast makes it out before September 1st, is Dead by Daylight, that asymmetrical 4v1 horror game, is free on PS Plus.
I already downloaded it, baby. I already downloaded it.
Oh, is it any good?
Fuck, it is. When you're the survivor, it is. Dude, I've screamed out loud while playing it.
Oh my god. Well, we gotta check it out then.
Yeah, like, and we can play together. Like,
yeah.
Like, we can play on the same team as survivors, or if I was like the killer, we could play with the comms open, and I could be like, I'm coming to get you, Tim. I'm coming to get you. Like, I could be doing funny fucking voices the entire time.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna check it out for sure. Like,
yeah, it's worth
I inherently like games like that just because it is such a different feel. And I think these were the first games that did any kind of asymmetrical anything like that. It was
Evolve.
No. Yes, Evolve is obviously an example, right? Because it's 4v1, four classes against a boss. And there was a little bit of that in that team's previous game, Turtle Rock Studios, Left 4 Dead, obviously very popular. But in terms of asymmetrical, the only thing that comes to mind is Splinter Cell 2, where they had 2 completely different gameplay styles: third-person stealth versus first-person, like, tactics. Like, that was amazing. And there was, like, And you're not a stealth video game person, are you?
No, no, I hate stealth.
Okay. But anyway, in this multiplayer, this was way back in the original Xbox, and they've done it a couple times after, but not enough. And it seems it's a game thing that was like way ahead of its time. You know, you had first person, you know, you're protecting a thing, and as a spy, you have third person, so you have excellent periphery and stuff. You're hiding behind corners and stuff. And if you go up behind an enemy as a spy in third person, you could headlock the first person like baddie, and you could talk to him and like taunt him, and then knock him the fuck out, and then like run away. Like, is amazing.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's some of that kind of shit then, basically.
Okay, what it is you're a killer, or you know, a monster. There's a whole bunch of them. There's, you know, the tropes. There's the doctor. There's the hillbilly. There's a witch. There's a nurse. They actually do have Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
and
Predator,
Michael Myers,
and
yeah, they have those. They have like licenses and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And you're brought into a realm by like it's called like the entity. Think like darkness type of thing. And you know, the
like darkness or the darkness.
It's like it's an evil entity is what it's called. You know, just think. Yeah, I know what you meant by the darkness. That's also one of my favorite ones. You know, eating hearts and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Little goblins. So the 4 survivors have to power on generators to open a door out of the realm. And of course, the killer has to stop them by killing them, like knocking them down, then hanging them on hooks. Like, yeah,
that's awesome.
And as you run, like you can run through things and throw down like pallets in the way to stop the boss, well, not the boss, the killer from getting you, and then he has to smash it. He can smash the generators to stop them, and then you have to go in there and do another quick time event. And if you fail, it alerts them. Each killer has a special like ability. They actually teased a new killer, which seems to be a samurai, I guess like an Oni samurai, like probably like a Ronin. You know, it kills that kind of thing. But I mean, there's some fun ones. Yeah, it's a super fun game, and when you play with friends, I'm assuming you can communicate, because there's some people that I played a few games that I've actually had the team like communicate with me, like, I'm hooked, come get me, and you can actually get people off the hook. Each of the survivors have like something that they're special. Like one survivor can outrun the killer. Like her sprint is just ridiculous.
And the horror's really good.
I scream. Yeah, like you can hide in cabinets. Certain maps have like cabinets and stuff, and you can hide in it, and then it goes to that first person like view where you can see through the slits. And as the killer walked by, once I went, oh, like it like there's a jump scare. Then they can open, if they know where you are, they can open it and grab you out. If you have a flashlight, you can blind them.
Well, the only reason I talked about their horror, because I'm looking at their thing. It's made by a studio called Behavior Interactive.
Yeah.
Out of Montreal, Canada, Quebec. And I'm looking at their game list, and all they've done is all of the shitty kiddie games. Like from like The Grinch to Bugs Bunny to Scooby-Doo to Disney's Kim Possible, Chicken Little. Fucking like all of the shitty games that people like you and I would not play.
Yeah.
And so now they've got this horror game, and I'm like, oh yeah, they've got some angst to let out.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And I mean, and as I've said before, I am a jump scare fan. Like I jump scare easy.
Yeah, you've mentioned that.
Like,
there's nothing more than I would love to go through the Dead Space games with you, and then Resident Evil 7 VR. I know you've said never, ever, but I'm telling you, when we have a fancy desk and like an LED screen behind us, and we're on camera, we're live streaming, it's happening. It's happening.
Like I played the Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, I screamed like a bitch several times. Just like that. Like that's the type of shit I like. as much as I say I don't like it, I love it.
See, so I have a funny story specifically about Alien Isolation. Because I know that it's a good horror game, but I know that the game itself is way too long or overstays its welcome.
It is.
So, a few things. One, I totally want to play that game. Two, I can't play that game because the actual alien monster terrifies me. Three,
the Xenomorph?
yeah, Xenomorph. And don't get me wrong, I've watched all the movies hundreds of times, but that thing's in my nightmares, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always think back to there's a old video that's floating around from some of the supplemental material from Aliens with
The actor?
No, the original director.
James Cameron?
No. He did number 2, the first one. He's the father of the alien, technically.
Damn it.
Famous, does tons of movies. Scottish.
Should know this.
Fuck. What's his name? Oh, it's got the raven flying logo. Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott. There we go.
Yeah.
Woo, we just walked each other into that one.
Yeah. Good job. Good teamwork. High fives. But like, there's a thing going around from the first video that they like uncovered where he's like, man, I'm so fucking proud of this fucking alien design. People are gonna shit their fucking pants when they see this fucking thing. And that's it. That's just him just saying fucking, they're gonna be fucking terrified. And he was so correct. Because it's true.
I mean, it's basically, it's H.R. Geiger. You know what I mean? Like that biomechanical weird, like that those angles, the fact that it's so it moves like fluid, and then you watch I don't know, I've seen like the first like some of the cuts of the first bit, like behind the scenes, and there's a really tall man inside that suit. Yeah. And watching him move, you're like, God, no one should move like that. Come on, that's fucking weird.
That's true.
Like, people are gonna shit their pants.
Yeah, that's true. Have you seen all the Alien films?
Yeah.
What'd you think of the most recent one, Covenant?
I mean, I like Prometheus, and I liked what they're doing.
Okay, well,
yeah,
fine, whatever.
Yeah,
dead to me.
I did. Yeah,
that Prometheus was so dumb.
That's what did it. Okay, cool. Yeah, get it.
Oh man, no, I thought Prometheus was hella dumb. Like, I liked it. Like, I would have been okay with that film if it wasn't an alien film. Like, that was my main problem with Prometheus. Going into it, I was like, I know it's an alien film. Okay, all this sort of shit. And then Covenant retconned some of that shit. And I was like, really? Okay, fine.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was a good body horror.
Yeah. And the alien is, with new special effects was extra terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Anyways, it's my funny love-hate relationship with that fucking monster. How the fuck we were talking about the alien? Why the fuck were we talking about alien? We were talking about Alien Isolation, and then I was can't play it because alien, because fuck that. But no. Oh, so I have this real story. So it's specifically with Alien Isolation. So like PAX, right? They had these as a series of the xenomorph eggs.
Oh yeah.
Like sitting on the ground, but they were the size of like big booths or whatever, and you'd like climb up into it and you get locked into it to play the game.
Fuck that.
And so at the show floor, all you would see is like people be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go play Alien Isolation. Door opens. Just run screaming.
Fuck that.
Just like banging, let me out. And these were not actors. Like my buddy got into it and was just like he was actually about to go in, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna wait for the release.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, it's funny because I guess the game is really terrifying. So I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it like that.
Yeah, it's quite jumptastic.
Yeah, and like like I'm a huge fan of Dead Space games, favorite horror games of all time.
Mhm.
And when I was first starting to date Jessica, and she's telling me how much of a horror fan she is, and I was like, oh sweet, well we gotta play some horror video games. Fuck yeah! And like I met her in September, so you know, and we're both huge Halloween and like month of October is like horror month, man.
Mhm.
Which is fun. I like it. I dig it. And first year we were dating, and I was having her play Dead Space, and sometimes she would do all right. Other times she would be too terrified and be like, nope, I can't handle this anymore. And then there was this one room she got maybe 6 hours into the game, pretty decent chunk actually,
Mhm.
you know. And she got to this one room, and she kept getting both scared and raped by the enemies, right? So it was
Okay.
it was not like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm bad at this game, because she's pretty good at video games. It was like she was terrified, so she was like missing her shots, and then the thing
Yeah.
would rape her. And she's like, I don't fucking understand. Like, it was supposed to come out of the fucking corner. And I know you've never played Dead Space, but the beauty of Dead Space is they basically have like a horror AI algorithm, so that even if it's the same fucking room,
It changes.
yeah. And then the other thing is like, so basically like Dead Space takes place on a derelict mining spaceship,
Yeah.
and like so there's all these vents, and they're like specific vents. You learn to know them. Like, okay, something's gonna pop out of this, and sometimes they don't. And so basically, every room is like a little maze
Mhm.
that AI paths with the creature, and so like it might, like you might miss, and it might like hop through a vent and like scurry around elsewhere to like get the flank on you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's why Dead Space is a lot of people, when they talk about horror games, it's like it's one of the best. Because even though like like for me, like I fucking played those games, like I played those games on fucking permadeath, man. Like that's how much I love those games.
Yeah.
It's like, even though you're like, okay, I'm no longer scared of this monster because I've killed 100 bazillion of them. You know what I mean? But you
Mhm.
still might get a jump scare, because it's like, okay, could come out of that corner. It could come out of that corner. Oh fuck! It got me from under the table. God damn it! I forgot to check the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
I didn't check the flag. God damn it.
Yeah,
I
basically.
get it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, we don't do like haunts or nothing,
Oh really?
or haunted house. No, because if you grab me, I'm hitting you. I'm going to throw you.
Oh yeah.
It's just the bit of how it works. So it's just like I tell everybody, I'm like, they're like, come on guys, let's do it, one of the haunted houses. Let's go to Halloween Horror Night. Let's go to Fright Fest. I'm like, are you gonna bail me out of jail when somebody grabs me and I dump them on their head? And they're like, no, why would you do that? I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
Like my buddy and I did the only thing I have done that's kind of horror-y is they do like a zombie, like not paintball but like laser tag type of thing in the city. And my buddy and I went last year, and it was pretty dope because they give you a gun, they set it up, like they put you in a room. There's like 5 or 6 of you. You can do 2-man.
Wait. How can it be laser tag and paintball? Like, what do you mean?
It's I mean, because it has the gun. It doesn't shoot a paintball, but it shoots like the cartridges eject, but it shoots like a laser that tags.
Like
So
like a Nerf cartridge ejects or something, like a physical cartridge.
yeah, like a shell. So
Oh,
you have to
okay.
count ammo. Like you have to have your ammo ready.
That's
You
kinda
have to
cool.
you have to do like reloads and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And my buddy was like, dude, look, I want to go with you. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let you know I don't fuck with things grabbing me. And he's like, it's just people just like zombies, and they have like sensors on their body and on their heads.
Hmm.
And if it hits their head, they lay down because they're dead. They're zombies. They're that's the rule. And he was like, come on, let's go. So the guy was like, all right, we went. We got suited up. They gave me an M16 and a pistol. I loaded and I did like all the stuff. And the dude looked at me and goes, "You've done that before." And I'm like, "I have." And he's like, "All right, you're gonna have a really great time. I'm like, bet I won't. And I'm like, do they grab you? And he was like, well, I mean, they can, I guess, if they got close enough. And I'm like, they're not going to get close enough to grab me. Just let them know not to grab me. And he was like, all right. I'm like, I don't want to hit a civilian. And he was like, oh, cool, okay. And we were doing stuff. I was dropping mags. My buddy was like, I'm out. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me reload. And I would just drop the mag and reload. And he actually said a couple times, he's like, Jesus Christ, dude, that's scary. How good at that you are. I'm like, I did this for realsies. It wasn't people with lasers in their, attached, like sensors attached to their body and heads. I was hitting you with real rounds, and you were really dead. And he was like, man, this is so good watching you move. And I'm like, I would clear rooms, and I'd be like, okay, look, we're gonna take this room. You go left, I go right. And he's like, all right, cool. So I go right, you go left. I said, no, not what I said at all. I was like, reverse it. But I mean, it was super fun because then they give you your stats, like how many headshots you had, how many missed shots and all that. And when they printed it out, the dude was like, here's a surprise. You were really good. And I'm like, yeah. If it's zombies, if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, I'm the guy to find. But he was like, dude, we got to do this again next year. I'm like, sure. This was actually kind of fun. But there was this. It's the classic tropes. There was one laying on there was a body laying on the ground. And I was like, I don't trust that body. And he was like, well, I was like seeing too many horror movies. I know what that means. And then the body's like, when I walked by, it didn't move,
Mhm.
but I had my barrel like right there on it, ready for a headshot. And he was like, all right, cool. I'll go now. I'm like, cool. Put your barrel up against his head. And he was like, why? I'm like, that motherfucker's going to move. And he's like, how do you know? And I'm like, I've seen a lot of zombie movies. It's a setup. And he was like, all right. So as he walked by, it didn't move. And then the other people in our group walked by, and at the last guy, it got him, jumped up and grabbed at him and tried to hit the button on the sensor to say you've been bit. It was really cool. It was just, and then it said how many times you were shot with friendly fire because they had like a sensor for friendly fire on. And I'm like, hey man, watch that barrel, dude. If this was real life, I'd have killed you now and just took your ammo. But I don't do grabby horror stuff. Like I'm cool if it was at a distance. I can be scared. That's dope. All right, cool. Adrenaline, yeah. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
If you touch me, I'm gonna grab you and hit you, and then I'll get arrested. And you get fired.
So from like a video game perspective, and I know we've talked about this before, but so like Dead Space, third person horror, less terrifying.
Yeah.
But if it was first person horror, like Resident Evil 7 or Dying Light, more terrifying.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I guess I should spin the ring because man, got a lot out of that topic. Sweet.
Got a lot of meat out of that one.
Sucks. Starting to feel better about myself. I don't know, one of these topics, it's just gonna not be great. I had to say that.
I know life came up.
Why don't you go first, bud?
Well,
because some things have happened, and they're not great.
Not great for
but
either
I feel
of us.
like I win this week.
Yeah, you totally won. You won. I don't want to say it, but I'll just say hands down, you won. Okay. You not only did you win, you won by like a large margin. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. I wasn't on last week because Comcast decided it didn't want to work for a whole day, which sucks.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. My car tried to kill me by having the entire brake system just fail miserably, catastrophically fail. Like as I was driving on on a relatively busy road, the brake pedal went flat to the floor, which I don't know if you ever had that happen to you. I
have had that. I drive an 82 Datsun. I fucking had that happen.
Yeah, terrifying. It's fucking scary as shit.
Yeah.
Had that. That cost me a smooth $3,000. Not fun at all, actually. Then I almost lost my job because they decided they couldn't count days and basically voided contracts. That's how I kept my job. So all good there. What else? What else? So you want to do bad then good?
I mean, I don't have any good, so
I'll let you. I'll let you go. How about this? We'll do a bad, good scenario. So go ahead. I'll let you go next. Because boy, oh boy, this is. Woo.
Well, I have a life thing that's not related to me that I was reading about this morning. Because like I tweeted, like, so there's this chick on Twitter, Naomi, and she just got accepted for a NASA internship.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
she was like, "Everybody, shut the fuck up! I got accepted for a NASA internship." And this dude, Homer Hickman, was like, "Language, cap style," and she was like, "Suck my dick and balls. I'm working at NASA." And then his response was, "And I'm on the National Space Council that oversees NASA." Next day, lost her scholarship.
Let me just be honest, okay?
Oh man.
That guy's a dickbag. Straight up dickbag.
Yeah, I mean,
The girl was excited she got a fucking dream scholarship, her dream internship,
yeah.
and Mr. Harold, I like to ruin people's party, came in and was like, I am MC Poopy Pants. I will ruin everything. And decided to really, really, really fuck up someone who could, let's just be honest, this chick could be the next, like, great thing to happen to NASA.
Yeah, it's true.
And this fucking old dickhead probably has, like, his prostate's the size of a basketball, can't piss for a fucking year. Every time he goes for a piss, he's like, come on, come on, come on, type of thing. This guy's like, language? Who the fuck are you? I wish someone would tell me language in life in general. Let me tell you what happens sometimes. When we go to we'll go to a restaurant or we'll go to a grocery store, and you know how they're always like, hi, how are you? Sometimes Jessica literally says, and I quote, oh, my day's fucking great. That's what she says to strangers.
Oh yeah, I see that too.
And so, yeah, I do too. I cuss all the time. But sometimes we hear people go, oh, really? Like, and then I'll just look and be like, did you just suck your teeth? Because there's one thing you don't do. You'd never disrespect my girlfriend. My Jessica? No. I'll air you the fuck out. I will get thrown out of an establishment for cussing you the fuck out. Smooth. I'll cuss you out in front of your kids. Done it before.
Fair enough.
Done it before. We were standing in line at a grocery store, and this couple cut in front of us and got in line. My Jess grabbed their cart, threw it to the side, and was like, get in line, cunt. That's what she said to strangers.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we don't play games. So, but yes, go ahead. Fuck this guy. I would say fuck NASA, but, I can't say fuck NASA's dope.
Well, yeah, and especially now that they've got some fucking funding, they can do something.
Yeah. Well, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. How about that?
I mean, sure. I mean, I'm not getting on the fucking National Space Council anytime soon. I was actually not going with fuck this guy. I was actually going to go on a whole tirade of like, just being like sad and mad about how like people can lose shit because of Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like it's one thing to like be bitching about your job on like Facebook or something.
It's your job for that.
Like, and I don't know. And maybe it's a weird delineation line. Like, why is it different? Like, it's like, okay, yeah, you should watch your fucking mouth on Facebook. But it's like Twitter with like a bazillion strangers or whatever. And like some people shit on your dick, And it's like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's reached critical mass, I feel.
Also, here's the thing. You have to follow me to see what I say.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Oh, yeah. People can retweet it and favorite it and all that good stuff. So, yeah. But that's
Well, yeah. People can retweet. And then also that's optional. Like, I don't know. Maybe you have that setting on. Like, I don't think I have that setting on.
What? The only people who follow me can see what shit I say?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I've said some shit and people that I don't know have liked it. So maybe not. Maybe it was like if it retweets, it's out of that jurisdiction.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care. I'm not going to lose. For
Sure.
fuck's sake, I'm not going to lose my job for. I also don't say. I'm not very active on social media when it comes to like my personal life. I post very few personal things.
Yeah.
Because as I said in the pre-show, the Buster Knuckle persona and my real persona are separate.
Yeah.
The fact that I tweeted out something about my Jessica on my Buster Knuckle Twitter for her birthday was kind of odd, and a lot of people were like, holy shit, man.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was kind of odd because I was like, wait a minute, what? And I know you. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
even though we ain't met in real life, like, we talk.
Yeah.
We share. Sometimes we share too much.
Oh yeah, we share too much sometimes, buddy. We'll get on to that. Go ahead. Go continue your tirade. I can rant.
But yeah, no, this fucking Twitter shit, like it's one thing with James Gunn getting fired from a bunch of stuff about joking about raping children. I feel like unless you're a comedian, there are a few things you should not fucking joke about publicly. One of them's raping children. But if it's like, hey, everybody in the universe fuck off, I just got the greatest job ever. And then some dude who's like higher up than the job that you got or whatever is like, you fired. Like, that's just not like, why? Just why?
That dude went to her birthday party and was like, I'm mad I don't have a personal cake, and threw her cake on the floor. That's what he did. That's what he did.
That's a great
No
analogy.
way he is.
That's a great
He's the guy he's the type of guy who has to come first when you have sex. He doesn't care about his partner. He has to. Yeah. Oof. I'll get dark. I don't give a fuck anymore. This guy's a dick. You got me mad now. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He looks like the kind of guy who enjoys watching his wife get banged by another dude. That's there you go. He's a cuckold. That's what he is. There you go. Fuck you, sir. I don't care if you are on the National Aerospace Council that oversees NASA. You know what you're not? You're not my boss. Suck my dick. I don't give a fuck about you.
Well, fair enough.
Hey, you turned the Buster Knuckle key.
I guess I did. Busted his.
I'm like Bruce Banner. I'm always angry. That's my that's my secret. I'm always angry.
Oh man.
Fuck this guy. Fuck him. Language. Suck my dick.
Great.
Suck my fucking dick. Language.
Oh,
my greatest story involves a guy fucking a post-op transsexual. Go suck my balls. Don't listen to episode 22 of the RNG cast, because you will be offended.
Wait, have you covered this story on Fork?
On RNG? No.
Well, you should go listen to episode 22 of RNG.
Yeah. So that was when I told the frozen gummy bear story. Have I not told the frozen gummy bear story on Fork?
Oh no, you've told the frozen gummy bear story on Fork.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I have it's a hot 15-minute comedy set. Let me tell you that much now.
That's true. Sweet. So Livefire. Okay, so Washington State has a state of emergency right now. Because the sun doesn't exist anymore, or clouds, or really much daylight for that matter. Because 3 specific cunts, I don't know who they are exactly. They probably have found people at this point. But I want to say fuck you to the cunt in Canada who burnt down a forest. I want to say fuck you to the guy in Thurston County in Washington who also burnt down a forest. And I want to say fuck you who just to tell me it was some like crack addict or something in a trailer park who started this shit in northern Sacramento, who started a forest fire. And then a fourth fuck you to Mother Earth for the winds that have landed 3 different national country forest fires full of fucking smoky fucking smog to the point where people are wearing fucking masks like it's goddamn Japan or fucking China or some shit. And
Yeah, it's Fallout level.
yeah,
It really is.
it
I've seen the
is
pictures.
really bad. We had a little bit of wind where I was working in Renton. It was the first fresh air I've breathed in a week and a half. But then that didn't last. And then yeah, like yeah, it's real bad. And like I was working in Olympia, which is Washington State's capital, and it's actually worse there.
Really?
Yeah, like there's ash pieces the size of like big ass snowflakes covering people's cars and the roads and stuff. And it's just like it's a state of emergency. Like there's toxic air level. People are like, don't vacuum, don't go outside, don't breathe. Yeah, like my girlfriend's not doing so hot because of it right now, actually. Like she's having trouble breathing, as are lots of people, because fucking the whole state has emphysema, basically.
Yeah, in essence.
You know, and it's not great. And our wonderful Washington State rain is apparently nowhere to be fucking found to save us from this madness. So,
where's the rain when you need it?
Yeah, like it sprinkled a little bit this morning, but it's not enough. Like, I mean, we need our fucking like monsoon rain because it's just so bad right now. You know, I'm okay when I'm in my house because we got a HEPA filter in my house. Thank God, ionizer, all that sort of shit. But I work outside, so you know, there's that. That's a thing.
That old chestnut.
But yeah, it's bad. And I wear contacts, so my eyes are burning all day long. And it's also 92 degrees, so when you're wearing a fucking face mask, like you're running around like a fucking character from the 100 just dropped from the sky, you know, or fucking Fallout. It's just bad, man.
One crew.
It's just fucking bad. And it sucks. And like I went to Seattle Thursday, and I think I sent these pictures to Discord. And from 35 miles out, you couldn't see the city. You know, Seattle's not the biggest metropolitan city ever, you know, but it's got tall buildings. It's got fucking Space Needle, you know, iconic. You couldn't see the water. You couldn't see. It just looked like the road just went out into smoke fog.
Like Silent Hill?
Yeah, I mean, like don't get me wrong, like especially in like December and stuff, like we have some very Silent Hill like fog. But it's like fog, like, you know, fog looks like fog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this looks like a movie poster from Blade Runner 2049 or fucking Book of Eli or fucking, you know, pick an apocalyptic scenario. Like it looks like that, you know? And you know the sun is out because the smoke that's gray has turned orangey. So it just looks
super
it just looks
weird.
Angry.
Yeah.
It just looks fucking angry. And it's just so bad, man. So bad.
And that sucks, buddy.
Yeah. Do you want me to continue?
Oh yeah, please do.
Continue?
You know, we'll go dark side, and then I'll drop a little bit of happy at the end.
Because I don't think I have anything good. I don't have anything good in life. Well, I take that back. So last Saturday, after the show, we went to go hang out with Jessica's friends, and her friend's fiance is like, I think he's in the Air Force or something like that.
Sure.
And he had a bunch of his army people over, and he had this guy over, who will remain nameless, but he shared a lot because
Yeah.
he's an ex Green Beret, and there were some stories there, Mike.
Mhm.
There were some stories. And so first of all, thanks for sharing me those stories, of which I will not say here. But we came down to an interesting topic of, and I know I've talked to you about this, being an ex-Marine yourself.
Yeah.
And I was asking him because he's, no offense to what you did, but this dude did some more stuff, man. I was like, so, like, when you're back home and you're in a civilian life or whatever, like, how do you prefer to be respected? Like, do you want to be acknowledged for your service, or do you not want to be acknowledged? And he was like, honestly, like, it's a good day if nobody knows.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, oh, fair enough. But he said, but at the same time, I also want people to acknowledge it because there's a lot of younger guys and guys who maybe haven't seen as much shit, and like, they should be supported.
Mm-hmm.
So, to that very specific individual and all his brothers and people and our men and women at arms fighting here, home, overseas, wherever, mad respect. Mad respect.
Yeah.
Buster
like,
gets it. He was there.
Yeah. Yeah, like I get it. I get what he means too. Like, it's a good day if no one knows,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, I get weird. There's the always the thank you for your service, and I mean I have a USMC tattoo. You know what I mean? If I go shirtless, you can it's you don't put that. That's one of those things, like, you don't put that on your body just because.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's funny. He actually brought up the tattoo thing. He's like, if I'm walking around shirtless or in a tank top at fucking Walmart, it's obvious. It's obvious to fucking everybody.
Yep. Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because I have the devil dog on my arm. It's and that's not like, oh, it could be your college. No. You know what that means. It says,
Yeah.
It pretty much stands out. But I mean, like I say, when people say, thank you for your service, it's, it was nothing. You can't. It's weird to say you're welcome. It seems kind of like self-congratulatory, like you're beating your own dick in a way.
Sure.
But like, yeah, I mean, then there's the weird ones, like, you saw some shit. Like, why would you ask someone that? Like, you know what I mean? There's some people that don't have that idea. Like, maybe he did see some shit. Maybe you should shut what we call the fuck up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I agree with him. It's a good day when no one knows.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure he had some stories.
Oh, yeah. And, and he told me all of them. We were all drinking, so
yeah,
stuff came out.
Yeah,
and just fine.
Of course,
it happens.
I'm
reasonably used to it because I've been around military people my whole life.
Yeah, when you give booze to somebody who was in the military, they pretty much it's pretty much the floodgates open.
Well, the booze was on top of his moonshine that he had in his flask, so
yeah.
Those things.
That old reliable.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks, which honestly would be preferable to the shit that's going on with me right now. So 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday, and I didn't really think anything of it at the time, apparently, but that was like, I should have known something was up. And me and Jessica were sitting down or whatever, and like, we have a little love seat couch, and she's one of those girlfriends who likes to like fondle the junk while we're watching something, just casually, sure, fine, whatever. And I was just like, I like kind of like removed her hand from my stuff because I was like, hey, my shit itches. Maybe give it a rest tonight. She was like, okay, that's kind of weird. It's like, and I just thought, like, everybody's got like every once in a while, like an itchy dick or balls or whatever, for like a second or something, or like he had a sweaty day or you
Sure.
know,
Yeah. Bog balls are the worst.
sure. And I should have known. I should have known something was wrong even if it was itchy. I was like, oh, maybe I don't want my girlfriend to touch it right now. I should have known then. That was my first sign, and I just kind of didn't pay any attention until Sunday morning at about 3 a.m.
Oh no!
And I went to pee, and I was like, and my pee was restricted, like there was a there was a ring around my dick, and then the pee burned, and I was like, what is happening? And like everybody knows wears contacts, so I was like, okay, can't really make stuff out. And I found an old pair of glasses, put that on, and I was looking at inspecting my little guy, and there was all these like white nubules that, as best as I can describe, had like venom symbiote like white veins attaching to each little nubule. Like it didn't look good. And then I looked down and I noticed that like various parts of my dick were bruised. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. That doesn't make any sense.
That's never good.
And I got kind of freaked out about it because I was like, as one would if you're like, wait a minute, I got some stuff going on here that is non-optimum, and that doesn't look right, and that looks like it's fucking out of a comic book. My thing's like looks like it's had like really, really, really rough sex, but I've not had really rough sex, so this ain't good. And so I got freaked out, and I looked it up on WebMD and a couple other Googles.
I should have done that. WebMD is always the worst.
Yeah,
WebMD's like, you got dick cancer, sir.
Well, what would you do?
I mean, yeah, pretty much WebMD is the way to go.
But
it's always the worst of the, it's always the worst case scenario with WebMD. You might have dick cancer.
Well, it brought me to Candida yeast infection, or Candida yeast infection, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the pictures kind of matched what was going on with these white nubules and the veiny thing or whatever. And I was like, oh, great. I have a yeast/fungus infection. Fucking great. Now, let this be a lesson. And really, I probably should have talked to Mike before this, because he probably would have warned me not to say this.
Never!
I talked to Mike after the fact. And so Sunday morning rolls around, and I'm kind of, I'm upset. I'm not sure what to do, and it itches, and I'm like trying to clean it or whatever, and it's not coming clean. And because WebMD said it, and also another website, they said that this thing was a form of an STD. Okay. Those don't know, only had one partner, and as has she. So I was like, well, fuck. That's not good. That's not good at all. And so in the morning text to Jessica, she's like, hey, good morning, baby. What are we doing today? And I was like, I don't know. I'm freaking out. I think I have an STD.
And here's where Tim fucked up, folks.
See, and I didn't know I'd fucked up then.
Oh, no, you fucked up, big.
I sent her some pictures, and she was like, that is the grossest shit I've ever seen.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm half tempted to search it right now to see what it looks like, because I don't want to go, hey Tim, send me a dick pic.
I'm not gonna send you a dick pic.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not gonna cross that line.
I've always seen one of my friends' dicks, and I'll tell you the story afterward. I'll tell you the story after you're done.
Yeah. So I didn't know I'd made a mistake then. And
You
then,
did? Huge mistake.
she comes over later and we're chilling. And the specific way in which this argument came about, which obviously it's fine now, but, you shouldn't say this to your girlfriend ever unless it's like actually true, is I had a little bowl of Epsom salt and I was soaking my junk in it. And I'm like laying down on the floor, dipping my stuff in this thing. And she gets real mad. And I'm like, what? At first, it wasn't even like about the thing. It was just like about whatever. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Why are you so mad? Also, why now? I'm dipping my stuff and stuff. This is really awkward for me. And then she's like, well, I've been freaking out all morning because I thought that you've been like cheating on me and sort of stuff. And I was like, whoa, that's not it. And then she's like, well, you said STD. And I was like, WebMD said STD. It was WebMD.
That's what WebMD said.
That's what it said. And then we got into it, and then we obviously fixed it, and it's fine. And we all calmed down. And then, I didn't know what else to do, so went and asked my dad for some help. Had him look at it, and he was like, "Oh no, that's not good."
Gotta love dads.
And he was like,
that's fucked up.
And then I was like, "Oh, should I go to like?
Yeah,
I should go see somebody about this." He was like, "Yeah, but don't see anybody about it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You want to see like a real doctor. Don't fuck around with a nurse or like a clinic or something. Go see a real fucking doctor."
What's it called again?
Huh?
What's it called?
Candida?
Candita?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Thank you, Google.
It gets worse, Mike.
Oh, I bet. Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
Those pictures are not doing it justice at the moment.
I'm gonna click on images. Okay, it's a bunch on the tongue. All right, there's one on.
Oh yeah,
Woo!
no.
Woo! Oh no. Ah! No!
I don't know what you're looking at, but I think I can make it worse.
I clicked on Candida yeast infection male.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't care, obviously it's whatever. I just want to, whatever. I just want to see, the fucking pus, the weird ampules of, oh my God. Man. Oh God, why is it in your mouth?
Oh, well, don't look in the mouth. It's not in my mouth. It's just
obviously it's not in your mouth, but man, God, the fucking oh, the pustules. It looks like you have acid burn on your dick.
Yeah, kind of. So anyway, Dad's like, don't fuck around with it. He's just like, keep doing a salt thing. Because one of the things that WebMD and some websites said was like, do some Epsom salt and it'll neutralize the growth.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, that's what I'm doing. So I didn't do anything with it that day. I just took it easy. Did not edit my show. Also the reason why the Birdie Wing show is coming out late, folks, in case you're curious. And then Monday was bad. Monday, like this itching started. and like it looked awful, you know, like it just continued to look like it looked worse than it did the day before, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Saw the doc. Saw my old family doc, who knows my whole medical history. Fantastic doc, love him. And he's like, all right, well, let's get the show on the road. Drop the drawers. I was like, okay. Because I had told him, I was like, I think I have candida. That's what it looks like on WebMD. And he's like, I will make room for you. Come in right now. Because, you know, he's male too. He gets it. He's like, you know, let's not fuck around with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, drop it. And the first words out of his mouth are like, let's see, I'm trying to picture how exactly he said it. It was like, okay. Yeah, okay. Good. That's what he said. And I was like, what's that mean right now? And he's like, well, first of all, it's not the candida thing. And I was like, okay, good. He's like, but, and this is the way my doctor talks. He's like, but if you don't get it treated, it'll become that candida thing. And I was like, oh. He's like, this is just common. He's like, 50% of all men and women have this kind of fungus growing in them. And sometimes conditions just, you know, are perfect, and then the fungus grows. He's like, don't worry about that. He said this can be easily handleable. I was like, okay, good. And the things that are growing, he's like, oh yeah, that's the fungus. And I was like, okay, and those are gonna go away. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. And he was like, what was I saying? So I'm like, what do I need to do? He's like, okay, well, we're not gonna cut anything off. Don't worry about that. I was like, okay, why would you even say that? I'm already nervous as this dog. And he's like, okay. He's like, all right, so we're gonna put you some antifungal medication, internal, and it'll should clear up in about a week. And if it hasn't cleared up in 2 weeks, obviously we'll need to go to phase 2. But don't worry about that. Like this says it's totally common, happens all the time. Stop worrying about it. I was like, okay. He's like, okay, but the real hard part is if you really want to be sure and make sure that this thing doesn't come back, you're gonna have to get your girlfriend to take one of the pills. Ooh. And I was like, oh, we just had a fight about this the day before.
And he's like, yeah, I told you it wasn't gonna be easy.
Well, and he says, well, it's funny you mentioned that. And he shared this story of like when he was in medical school and he like went up to Alaska for like, I don't know, like a month or something for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back and he has, I guess, the same fungal thing too. And was telling his girlfriend at the time, like, hey, you're going to have to get checked out because like I had this fungal thing. And he claims that he also said, he's like, I was young too. I remember. He says he also claims, he's like, yeah, you're going to have to check out his STD. And she freaked out on him. And he's like, well, hang on. I was in Alaska. Haven't seen anybody. Mm-hmm. Have it now. So didn't cheat on you. Also, I'm a doctor going to medical school. So calm down. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel a little better, doctor. So did that. Girlfriend didn't have a problem taking it. It was fine. First day on this pill, it was pretty fine. No change. Thing just looked bad. Peeing was horrible. Day 3, you know how like if your penis is hurt or it's injured, mm-hmm. or something's wrong and it turtles, like it physically decreases in size. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My actual penis decreased to like, I'm not gonna say micro penis, but it's the closest to like that thing from sadly Googling it on that one New Girl episode that I've ever seen in real life.
Yeah.
And I was very concerned. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
right.
God, you are not well. But what was worse, this is where it gets real bad, Mike. Brace yourself.
Mm.
The foreskin was about 3 times the size
It's like a flipper.
that it should be, even at like maximum erectness.
Yeah, yeah.
And it looked like Red Hulk and Jabba the Hutt had a baby, and Red Hulk was bursting out of the skin of Jabba the Hutt, like physically breaking the skin and cracking it and bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was going on with my dick.
Yeah, that's terrible. Actually, that's Dr. Dreadful Drink Lab. That's every bad thing in the world. That's like a nightmare for people.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh God, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When you said Jabba the Hutt, you were like, yeah, it's like Jabba the Hutt and the Red Hulk, and I'm like, God, why? Like instantly, my mind went, this is what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like this. Here you go. Enjoy this this visual, because this is it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just mix those together. Yeah. And so then some of the symptoms started to at least visually started to start going away. But then Thursday, most people have probably seen Avengers Infinity War at this point, or at least the trailer, where Doctor Strange is getting tortured by the Maw, and there's like all these like ice neurosurgery magic crystals, and they're ripping into him, and he's just fucking screaming. Okay, so imagine that, except they're coming from within your ball sack and from within your penis going outwards.
Oh, so hell on earth and torture?
Yeah, like just imagine that, like somewhere within your stuff, there's a porcupine, and he's angry, and he's rolling around down there, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
He's angry.
Yeah, he's really.
He wants to get out.
Oh
boy, that is nice.
You know, I always used to think, that was a funny joke Jack Sparrow said about those eunuchs. You know, and never before in my life have I ever wanted to hacksaw off my own junk. But I tell you this, Mike, I wanted to.
Oh, I bet.
So badly.
Oh, I bet.
So fucking badly.
Yeah, it sounds like nightmare fuel.
Yeah. And so, like, that other day, like, you were texting me about a thing that I haven't done. And I was just like,
yeah, you were like,
I had a breakdown.
you're like, buddy, I'm gonna be honest with you, I could give a fuck less. And I'm like, I understand.
And yeah, and then yesterday, basically through Thursday through the night, like I didn't sleep Thursday. I couldn't. There's a point at about 2 a.m. where like I woke up and I was like, I have to do something about this itch. And I just took the most abrasive brush that I could find. I went in the shower and I just started scrubbing.
Yeah, that's about right.
so just imagine, one of those stiff, bristly brushes, like the blue brush that you'd use to like clean your fucking toilet or shower wall, and you're just raking it across your dick and your ball sack. Forcefully, like with intent to like tear off a layer of skin.
Yeah, like you want it gone.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Buddy, I get you. Trust me, I get you.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing Thursday night, and then Friday morning, I was like, Doc, dick itching was one thing. This itching has spread to my balls. And the doc, quote unquote, says, that's not good. I'm going to write you another prescription. And I was like, thanks.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's not good.
I'm gonna. Oh boy. Cool. Thanks, Doc.
So
Appreciate you.
yesterday evening, after we got back from work, everybody knows I work with my father. We stopped at Costco pharmacy, and because that's where the doc had called it in. Get to the pharmacy, fucking Friday. Lines are terrible. I'm just trying to stand still, like I'm trying to play something on my phone. I'm just trying not to just fucking go ballistic. I haven't had any sleep, and my shit just I want it to die. Like I want to hit it with a hammer. I want to make the pain go away somehow. And I get in line in this pharmacy, and I get to the end of the pharmacy, and then they're just like, "Oh, we don't have that. He prescribed a cream to counteract the itching," which I guess is a side effect of this fucking drug. Oh, by the way, in terms of side effects of this fucking wonderful drug that I'm on, which the doc said definitely, he's like, yeah, it sucks, but you got to stay on this drug. Like, there's not an alternative. You got to suffer through it. So I'm prescribing something else to counteract some of the side effects while you suffer through it. It's like, oh, great, thanks, doc. One of the side effects is just fucking Wheel of Fortune on whatever's happening with your anus and your poops. So sometimes, like, I feel like I gotta poop. Sometimes it's just like nothing comes out, but it feels like I'm backed up. Sometimes it feels like fiery fucking death. Sometimes it's fucking liquid heat. Sometimes it's just long, terrible, scrapey snake that you're exercising. So everything downstairs is fucked. Everything downstairs is just fucked, Mike. Just fucked, Mike. And this chick at Costco, it's like, yeah, we don't have that cream. It'll be in Monday. And I said, no, I need it now. What can we do? And she's like, okay, I can call the prescription over to like a Rite Aid or a Walgreens or something. You know what those are, right? On the East Coast.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like, okay, you do that or whatever. And so then like she calls around or whatever, and then she's like, okay, so we can do that, but what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go to the pharmacy at each place, and you're gonna have them call us so that we can verify the thing and transfer the thing to then even determine if they've got the cream at the place. And I was like, oh, that sounds totally fucked, but okay, I'll do that because I'm desperate at this point. And so, you know, like I'm in Costco doing this, and Boss Dad was doing other things in the fucking store, and you know, we're in our work van or whatever. So like I go wait in the work van, and I'm just like, it takes like fucking 20 fucking minutes for him to come out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I could have fucking taken the work van and gone and fucking got this thing by now. You know, and he comes back, and I'm like, okay, we need to run up the street to Walgreens before we head back to base. And then he's like, why? I was like, well, I don't have the cream. I gotta get the cream. And like, we're all the way on this side of town. There's Walgreens and Rite Aid this side of town before we head back. And then he's like, yeah, I don't want to do that because I bought ice cream and it'll melt. And
fuck your ice cream.
It was such a break in, you know, and everybody knows, I'm not a huge fan of this particular individual. And like, it was such a moment of like, you know, there's a lot of shit that I can't believe with this individual, you know, and like, it was such a break for me that I couldn't say anything. Like, my head was just like, wow, So you devalue my life so much that we can't even run up the street 5 minutes on our way back home in the middle of Friday rush hour to go get some fucking thing for this thing that you know is awful and causes me pain because you bought fucking ice cream. You know, like, I didn't say that. I was just so shocked that like, I was so shocked. I was shocked for a full 15 minutes until we got back. That, you know, and then of course I tore off and I went and found a place and got the fucking cream. Took like a fucking hour and a half. It's awful, you know. But it's like, man, I just when I have kids, like, I just so don't want to be that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't even have to say. I mean, there's nothing really else to say about that.
No,
Anyways,
I understand 100% what you're trying to say.
yeah. And so, anyways, got the cream. It is a tiny little fucking thing, cream. And I was like, I'll tell you right now, that's not enough. And then the doc at the counter was like, well, how bad is it? And I was like, it's on all of the downstairs. And he was like, oh,
The whole basement.
you know,
The whole basement.
and it, you know, like it's on the jewels, it's on the trunk, it's on the underside, innards of the trunk as well. You know, and like, and I even asked him, and it was a guy, pharmacist or whatever, and it was so funny, by the way, because like he was like, "Do you need consultation on this?" I was like, "Yeah, I need fucking consultation on this." And like we went over to like a little window, and he's like, "Well, where is it?" And I was like, "It's fucking everywhere." And then we went over to yet another little window, like even further away from everybody, and like he kind of like leans down, you know, and like covers his face and just is like pure man talk, and he's like, what are we talking? And I'm like fucking everything down there, like inside, outside. He's like, oh Jesus, that sounds real bad. And I was like, I know, right? And I was like, so I can just, and I was like, so I can just like, I can just put this thing and I can put it even on under, you know, under. He's like, yeah, just get it on. He's like, but I advise you, wash it thoroughly, let it dry real well before you put the cream on. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And he was like, okay, Godspeed. I was like, okay, thanks. I took off, get back home, clean the little fucking shit out of it. Finally popped the cap on this fucking cream that I've been trying to get for like 2 days. And this cream comes out. We all know what silly string looks like.
Yep.
This cream comes out in the exact color and consistency of fucking silly string. And I'm holding this weird, foofy, silly string looking kind of pearlescent fucking blue shit. And I'm just like, I swear to God, if this is actually just silly string, I'm going to fucking kill somebody. But I manned up and I put it on and, you know, it definitely, like, I don't know. It's what I imagine being cursed feels like.
Burned?
Like, no, it took the burning away almost immediately. And there was like a coolness, but not like, it didn't feel like menthol. It felt like something weird. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like a weird coolness.
Okay.
It felt real weird. You know, and it felt fine for a while. But unfortunately, its helpful effects like wore off in like 3 hours. And I was like, oh, that's fucking stupid. But it's like a medicated thing, so it's like a twice a day thing or whatever. So, and I actually need to put it on today. But I'll tell you why I haven't put it on yet, Mike. We're gonna get worse again.
Oh boy.
So before our show today, ladies and gentlemen, half hour, you know, like I slept finally. It's like that's good because like I don't think if I slept, I think I would have been really angry on today's show. But I slept finally. Slept 8.5 hours. Had a chiropractic appointment. Got other shit going on with my back again. That's awesome. And took my shower right before I got on with Mike. And as I was cleaning my stuff, like, you know what, like a snake does?
When it sheds its skin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my stuff's doing that.
Oh, that's awesomely
Except
fun.
underneath, it's just raw and bleeding again.
Mm.
So I'm actually doing this show sitting here without any pants, just sitting in the wind, letting it dry,
Yeah, I've done that too.
so I can put this fucking silly string on it. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my literal life fire, with the actual fires going around in my state.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That's the fucking worst, buddy. Like, oh god.
Yeah.
Dick stuff is like the worst.
Yeah, I've never had any dick stuff before. Like,
Oh,
I mean, I've had some stuff where, like, you know, I've heard it, like,
mm-hmm.
like jacking off or other
Yeah.
things, you know. But like, this is, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it does not play well with others. It's bad.
You know, like it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not good. Not good. Alrighty, let's get the fuck off this topic now. Try to happy
Well,
up.
Here's a little happiness. Jess and I, it was her birthday.
Yeah.
And we went to Atlantic City
Cool.
for her birthday. And, you know, we stayed at a gambling establishment, which is what one does in Atlantic City.
I mean, it's
like
Atlantic City. Like, of course, it's like a gambling establishment.
Yeah. We stayed in the Tropicana, which was super fun.
I assume that's not an orange juice.
No, that's just
Sorry.
You know, they had great breakfast there, if that helps.
Maybe.
We do epicureal vacations, is what we do. We don't gamble.
Maybe I don't understand the word epicureal.
We eat.
Oh, okay. Is that what that means?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna fucking dictionary that word. Epicureal.
Yeah. Well, we went. You know, we were hungry, so we were like, "Cool. What do you want to eat?" And she was like, "Let's just get room service so we can just sit in the room and watch movies." And I'm like, "That sounds dope."
Huh.
I was on hold for 5 minutes.
Oh, why?
Because it was just busy.
Oh.
So what happened was we were sitting around. The fucking the phone went like, you know, please wait while we you know, a food service delivery technician, you know, delivers your food or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool, totally, we'll do that. And then we heard it was almost like, hey Mike, do you know who I am? I know you do because you watch a lot of food shows. Come check out my new restaurant. It's hidden. And I'm like, what? It's hidden? So I tell Jess, and she's like, yeah, we're definitely going to that. And I'm like, fuck yeah, we are. So we go, and I'm looking around for this restaurant, and I can't fucking find it because it's literally like hidden. Like, think like a speakeasy type hidden.
Yeah,
right.
I've been to one speakeasy, so I get you.
So I'm like, cool. So I start asking around.
Hang on that speakeasy. By the way, not a great place to have your fucking birthday, Molly. Couldn't fucking find the place. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Pretty fucking dumb, right? Yeah. So I asked the guy, I'm like, so I'm looking for this restaurant. And the guy goes, I can't tell you where it is. And I'm like, fuck you mean you can't tell me where it is? He's like, that's a part of the thing. I can't tell you where it is. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. Okay, cool. So I'm going to look for it, and hopefully it is. So I'm looking around. I'm like, where would this restaurant be? Mm. Turns out I find it just by fucking dumb happenstance. Like I go there, and I'm like, there's a lot of people in this small area. Mm-hmm. Why are there a lot of people in this small area? And I'm like, so did I find it? And the girl was like, I don't know. Did you? And I'm like, I think I did. And she's like, right. And she's like, how many? And I go, 2, please. Right? So she goes, all right, 2. Walks us in. And this place is the dopest place I've ever seen. Like, I lived in Japan for 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. It's like I got teleported to Japan. Oh, cool. That's how it felt. And we spend Oh, I spent 150 for
Oof.
dinner.
Okay.
Oh, listen, we like I said, we don't gamble, we don't do anything like that. We ball out. We
Yeah.
epicurically have fun. So we did, and Jess and I had probably literally I cried during the meal. It was so good.
Wow.
Like I'm that much of a foodie. I cried during the fucking meal. And we had we had sushi, we had ramen, we had a bunch of like traditional Japanese appetizers, which is super dope. Because I mean, I knew most of them. The ramen was the best ramen I've ever had, bar none. Like I said, I cried.
Hmm.
You know.
By the way, to roll back to epicurial, not necessarily a real world, but it's a Mikeism. But what I did find in the Oxford Dictionary was Epicurean, a disciple or student of the Greek philosopher Epicurus, which means Epicurean, which is a person devoted to sensual enjoyment, especially that derived from fine food and drink.
So I was right.
Oh yeah, you're totally right. But like Epicurial, that's like a slang. That's like
Oh yeah,
a nomenclature.
No, for
like
sure it was
that's a
For sure it was a
Mikeism.
Mikeism. For sure it was. Yeah. It's like
Drop some more Mikeisms on me, real fast.
It's like Big Dick Bandit or Smoke Show or 1-2-3 Cutie Pie or any of the other weird things I say on a regular basis.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, sweet.
But yeah,
so you guys had a good time?
Yeah, we had a great time.
Would you guys watch in the hotel?
We watched Super Troopers 2.
Oh, I saw half of that.
It was really good.
I still need to see the other half. Yeah, I was having a great time, especially with the Canadian jokes.
Yeah,
because I got those jokes.
And like I said, it was. I don't gamble, but I play craps, and let me just tell you, I put 50. I was like, I'll play 50. I put 50 down, played some craps, won, and walked away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Well, that's cool. Do we have any more life things? I think we're finally done.
I think we're done in life.
Finally, thank God. Not for your things that were great because you had a good old time.
Pete's allergic to outside.
Oh, since when?
Since I guess a couple days ago. I guess ragweed is something he's allergic.
I have no idea what that is. Is that an Eastern Coast thing?
Like grass.
It's like grass. Okay, fine. Wow. All right. Anyway, well that sucks. Poor Pete. Oh, that was a terrible spin. Oh, that's still a terrible spin. What the fuck is going on? Come on. What the fuck is this? You hear this? It sounds like it's fucking. I'm just hitting. There we go. No, we did that. We can't do that again. Did we do that one? No, we did that. Next one. Nope, still did that one. Goddamn fucking piece of shit. There we go. Okay, Air. Video games. Sweet. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Video games. Woo! What you been playing this week, Mike? Or also last week, since we didn't do a show.
Life is what I've been playing.
Oh. Well, at least you've been winning at that one. In comparison to me.
Yeah, it was it's been, work's been tough, so I've been kind of just dealing with that. Been really, really, really I did play a little bit of Dead by Dawn.
Dead by
Dawn.
Daylight?
Dead by Daylight, whatever.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that though.
Yeah, I played that. Been playing the metric fuck out of Destiny 2 because getting ready for Forsaken. I know, Tim. I know.
Well, I'll say one thing that's cool about that. I think it's good of Bungie that they're letting everybody, even if you haven't pre-ordered Forsaken, they're going to let everybody play Gambit on September 1st.
That is cool. That's really cool, actually.
And, I'll be honest, I will be there for that. Because... sure, why not? That's the best. Like, I can't think of another time where Bungie's done something like that. Like, the closest I can think of is like, I want to say House of Wolves. Like, after it came out, but before Taken King, they let like the specific House of Wolves public event be free to everybody.
Yeah, the Wolves Prowl.
Yeah, I thought that was
Public
cool.
event.
Big fan of the Wolves Prowl, actually. Real
Yeah,
big fan.
I'll be playing I'll be playing as well. Even though I'm not a big fan of PvP.
Yeah, but
But
it's a Wambo combo.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
a good little combination.
Yeah, we'll see how it is. Although the darker side of me did kind of think, I wonder if they're letting this out on September 1st to like stress test the servers. Maybe not.
I mean that's a possibility.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. But then again, that's just me being negative and salty and sour, because my dick's bleeding.
Sure. I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
It's bleeding right now.
It's bleeding. You ever have your dick bleed? Oh, at least your doctor is nice enough to not give you an STD test.
Well, because he's like, it's not an STD.
Well,
I mean, the long and short of it is, like he said, everybody has this kind of yeast thing growing in their bodies. He said 50% of all people on the planet have them. So he's like, so the fact that you're getting it now, not a big deal. You'll get it eventually, is essentially what he said. It's like one of those things that's just in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, our bodies are gigantic ass petri dishes anyway.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So, let's see. Video games. What am I playing? I'm still playing a metric shit ton of Dead Cells because it's portable and it's real fucking good. And Tim loves Metroidvania, Castlevania type games, and it is an infinite version of that. The thing that keeps surprising me is other than the fact that like that final boss can go suck a dick. So I finally got to the final boss, right? It's called the Hand of the King, and you fight in this arena that's basically like there's like laser walls, I guess, on either side of the stage with spike pits on the left and right. And then there's like a single platform in the center, but everything's like way smaller than the other boss fight platforms. Like you don't have a lot of move to. Like they've reduced the stage size specifically so that when you dodge roll, you're not always dodge rolling to safety, basically. Which is like, oh, that's great. I got him down to half health. What'd that motherfucker do?
Regen?
No, he summoned all the mini bosses of the game at once. And I'm like, oh, what a dick move.
Yeah.
Just imagine just like a tinier space than what you're normally playing in, like size reduction with like all the bosses, just fucking pure chaos, lasers, fucking spikes, fucking dick people throwing ice and fire, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die, which is what happened. Like I did die. It's actually on my Twitter feed. Actually, I posted it from the Switch because it takes the little video clips. So you could actually check out the gameplay right now if you wanted to for 30 seconds. Watch me die. A heroic attempt.
Yeah.
Heroic attempt. But,
watch me die.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells. Still constantly surprised at the game. Man, the amount of unlocks in that game is ridiculous. Like the unlocks are starting to get like either ridiculous or like, and when I say unlocks, like every unlock in the game is a weapon or a trap or like a spell or a throwable or something like that. But some of the unlocks are getting ridiculous. Like I unlocked some sandals. So dude takes his sandals off and he whacks somebody in the face with them. I earned like a lightning thing, like Emperor Palpatine kind of thing. Which hilariously, if you hold down the button too long, will actually zap back on you and do like 10% damage or something. And I was like, oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells. I also played some Paladins this week.
Yeah, me too.
By the way, playing on the Switch. again, mostly because usually when I'm playing in bed. And I was like, you know what? I feel like some fucking paladins.
Mhm.
I'm still really good as Cassie. I don't know what it is. I'm just really good as her. And I feel happy playing her. And I realize she's a basic bitch character, but like, I'm fucking good at it. You know?
Yeah, man. No, I
You know?
don't use whatever. Don't apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like that's whatever you're good at. Use it. I'm good with Mochi.
I don't know which one that is.
The little thing riding a dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm good with Moji and I'm good with Ruckus.
Well, that's cool. Let's see. Played Paladins. Played a little bit of Fortnite last night, but only one game. They changed the map again.
Mm.
Which seems to be its thing. Changes all the time. Playing a lot of Hearthstone again. They had their expansion. They added this new type of card that I'm like a real big, huge fan of. It's called Magnetic, and basically, if a card is classed as a mech class, which there's been like whole decks of mech cards before, but if it's a mech and you put a card with Magnetic to the left, it like Voltrons together now,
Oh,
which is real fucking cool, and it like keeps all the same stats, so you can like, if you have your deck built right, or also luck of the draw, you can just like Voltron up into some crazy creature that's got like taunt and spell immunity and fucking like all this other shit. And it's like, that's really cool, in my opinion.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you just sent me a thing. What's
Yeah,
it?
that's Moji.
Oh, I fucking hate that thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that kills me. That and the big robot with tons of HP.
Ruckus. Those are the two I play.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's why it's good when we play together, because then
Yeah.
they're not playing against me. Yeah, I think I'm rank or level or whatever the fuck it is on Paladins. I'm rank 4 now or whatever on the Switch version.
Okay. You're still playing against AI then?
No, Switch version lets you out at rank 2.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it lets you out early, which I thought was rather interesting. But I think it's also because it did go recently free to play, and they're just like, yeah, let's let everybody, because they got this huge influx of new players.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably that.
That's rad.
Yeah, it's good. I'm just still shocked how well it runs. There's just not that much difference between it and like the PS4 version. It's just like, wow, that's still very impressive. Very impressive. I guess gaming wise, next weekend is our PAX weekend. There'll be a regular Fork show, providing medical and Ash conditions remain somewhat bearable.
Mhm.
Because I'm going to PAX Sunday and Monday this year.
Dope.
So that'll be fine for the
Cool.
schedule.
That's cool.
I'm looking forward to it. I just really hope this shit that's going on with my body is done by then.
Yeah, because walking around is probably going to be a shit.
Yeah. And I also hope, there'll be some walking outside because the convention's so huge.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's the original location, it basically just takes over the whole of fucking Seattle. I'm just really hoping the ash is gone by then, or at least like the hotels and convention centers have like really good air filtering, because with that many people, like the air quality with that many people is already shit. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be what it'll be, I guess. Worry about the tickets and all that shit, but it's like, man, I hope it's good.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm looking forward to it. I know game I'm looking forward to seeing, because I guess they have a real nice booth this year, and they haven't in the past, is Astroneer, game that I play and love on Xbox. They've got a booth this year because they got a bunch of shit they're showing off because they're finally coming out of open alpha in Christmas. We'll have version 1, which I guess will launch they're going to add a story to the game and all sorts of stuff, and it's going to be great. And I guess for people who like play and talk to them, they're passing out these like badges to air quote become an official Astroneer, and they look dope as shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna fucking get one because like I've been supporting this game since before day one.
Yeah.
So
you've been shouting its praises from the rooftops for quite a while. So yeah,
I mean, it's really fucking good. If you own an Xbox or a PC capable of handling the game, go check out Astroneer. It's a fantastic game, and it actually, Mike, it might be more your cup of tea because it doesn't have any of that stuff that No Man's Sky has that you don't like flying and movement stuff, because it's all ground based. I mean, you do go up in space, but it's a menu basically, and it's like, oh, you go up in space, you select a planet, you land on the planet, done. So
yeah, I'll give it. I mean,
yeah, one day. Oh,
one day.
Something I am excited about because you and I will be able to fulfill a goal that I've wanted to do for a very long time with you, good sir. Master Chief Collection comes to Xbox Game Pass September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So, finally be able to take you through the Halo games. If you'll let me, good sir.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to constantly compare it to Destiny because that's the shooter that, sits in my mind, but I wouldn't be half wrong.
There's no way you couldn't compare it. It'll feel like Destiny 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way it won't, because Destiny feels like Halo. Period.
Mm-hmm.
End of discussion. Because it's the same goddamn developer. And it's what we're famous for, But I think it'll... I know this sounds terrible and kind of shitting on Destiny, but, even when you do finally go through it with me, you will understand why Destiny's narrative has been ranked on so much, because their narrative's real strong in Halo. So, anyways.
Sure.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on game-wise. Paris Gamescom happened this week. A RPG, a old school RPG game series, is getting remastered and coming to, I think, Xbox and PS4 in December. The Grandia series 1 and 2, getting remastered. I'm excited for that. That's cool. Game series that's also close to my heart. Shenmue 1 and 2, their HD remaster, came out this week. I haven't picked it up myself because I'm secretly hoping for a Switch port, because those games are some of the longest games in video game history. Like, just the amount of shit in those games is Skyrim level before there was a Skyrim. Like, they were so far ahead of their time. I mean, Shenmue, I don't know did you ever play Shenmue, Mike?
I know about it. I did have a Dreamcast, so I've never played it, but
I feel like it's a kind of game that you would probably ultimately like. Possibly. We'll see. Like, so it has a fighting system that's straight up like a full-on fighting system, but you also like learn it through this like giant open world through like sensei masters and shit. And like difficult to pull off, but it's also like there's some sim aspects to it. Like, you get a job and you have to like be at the job on time and then like do the job, and it's just like, wow, this is ridiculous. But at the same time, it's like, well, I need money in the game to buy shit.
Yeah.
And like take my digital girlfriend out on a date, because if I don't, she might leave me. But then I also need money to look into this murder investigation thing that's part of the core plot. So I guess I have to get a job. I don't know. The game's ridiculous and awesome. And I have no idea how well it held up, because the game is fucking like 18 years old at this point. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm hoping for a Switch port, though. I can't imagine why they wouldn't, since it's a Dreamcast game. It'll totally run fine on a Switch. Yeah, I guess the only other video game thing I can think of is we are we're like 14 days away from Spider-Man. I'm excited. And then less than that, I guess, for Forsaken for you. Because when's it out for Forsaken?
September. I think like the first week of
4th?
September. I think second week of September. I don't recall. I wasn't gonna get it, to be honest, because of the car thing.
Wait,
But
what? I'm real confused.
because I had to drop $2,000 on my car or $3,000 on my car.
Oh! I was like, what? There's a car thing in Destiny?
No, I wasn't gonna. No, I wasn't gonna get it because my car was so goddamn expensive.
Oh yeah.
But because shout out to the Revolution, I got 2 codes in my inbox for my Discord, and I'm gonna get it.
Wow, you got 2 copies?
No, I got 2 codes for I guess money, like a gift
like
card
PSN
type.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
groovy, man. Yeah, maybe one day our Fork fam will get that way with me. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean,
and to answer your question, Destiny's Tuesday, Spider-Man's Friday.
okay.
First week of September.
But yeah, I was right then. First week of September.
Yeah. That'll be fun. Super looking forward to it. Literally can't wait. Because Spider-Man, and I'll be honest, also with this shit that's going on with my fucking crotch. I've been reading a lot of Spider-Man comics and like watching Spider-Man movies because Spider-Man's like comfort food to me. Like makes me happy, cheers me up when I'm down. On that same note, and I probably should have covered it in entertainment. I finished Brian Michael Bendis' run on Miles Morales Spider-Man because he wrapped it up a while ago, but I hadn't read it. Because I'd kind of stopped reading it because I was like, oh man, he's out and he's going over to write Superman at DC. Okay. I finished the run. Gotta say, it wasn't a great end to his run, considering he created the character and is he holds the world record for having written the most Spider-Man comics. Full stop.
Wow.
So his Spider-Man shit's real good, and the ending was kind of just like. Is just real meh, Like it had a couple of cool moments, but then like the last 2 issues were kind of like, I guess like the series is continuing with a new writer. I guess that comic comes out soon, but like it felt like he just didn't have any time to wrap up anything. You know what I mean? Like I only have so much time to write so many books before I go to DC. And he had a bunch of cool stuff going on, and then it just kind of ended, just kind of blah. Which is real sad because in comparison, the other famous Spider-Man comic book writer, Dan Slott, who finished his Spider-Man run this year as well, fun fact, he's only 100 issues behind Bendis. So if he'd done 100 more issues, he would have beat the record, which more than like quadruples Stan Lee's record, by the way. Bendis wrote Spider-Man for fucking 18 years. Dan Slott did it for like 15 years or something like that.
But it's also Stan Lee.
Yeah, it's true. So it doesn't really count if you created the character. Yeah. But all the same, these dudes know that character. These dudes sell books. So, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, Dan Lee's. I just command a bunch of comic book artists there. Brand new character, Dan Lee. That's terrible. Dan Slott's run that ended this year was fucking fantastic and perfect versus Bendis, who's written more insane arcs, like his run was just kind of with a whimper basically. And I was like, really? That's how you're gonna? Okay. All right. Fine. That's my complaint, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anyway.
I don't read a lot of comics anymore. I read a lot of anime still, or manga still. But
do you want to read comics again?
I read a lot of manga, so.
Well, but like all my shit's digital, so I could pass you a code, bro. You got an iPad or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I need to get one.
You got a
I need to get one.
Kind?
No, I need to get an iPad so I can run fucking the fucking program for our game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way I can have all the characters right there in front of me instead of having sheets because, OG, I print my sheets out, motherfucker.
Oh, speaking of iPads, totally forgot. So I got my Jessica an early anniversary present. It's really the present, but I got it for her early because there was a hell of a sale at Costco. I saved so much money. But I got her a brand new 6th gen iPad with an Apple Pencil, so that she can draw again. Because she likes to draw and stuff. But I love my Jessica, and she likes technology, but I feel like there's definitely like some, I don't know. I'll just say that like when I bring it up to her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like I totally had like digital drawing stuff in art school," and I was like, "Well, what was it?" She's like, "Well, I had like a little Wacom pad, and I had like a little cord with the pen, and you'd have to like look up at the screen." And I was like, "So, the very first way that anybody started doing digital art with a pen, like the way that nobody does it right now." And she's like, "Yeah, we just have to dig out my old Windows computer to run it." And I was like, that sounds awful. like that point alone sounds terrible. Like you're hooking up a fucking serial port to the pen or some shit. So anyway, got that for her, and she fucking loves it. That's fantastic.
Cool.
She's drawing shit again. She's drawing faces and whatnots. Really getting into it. Made her quite happy. Real good. So that's the thing. I think I'm out of stuff. You got anything?
Yeah. If you like Rift from Destiny 1, they have the Dragon's Calling for on Paladins.
Is that a new mode?
Yes, sir. It's Rift.
When did that drop?
Tuesday.
Really? I'm surprised I didn't see it in the menu for Paladins.
It might be behind because you're on a port.
Well, but it's handled by Hi-Res, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing it as we speak, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did like Rift.
It's literally Rift. It's 4v4. You pick what you want. There's a ball in the middle. You grab the ball. You run the ball into a goal. That's Rift. But they made it better because you can throw the ball.
Oh, thank God. That always made no sense to me. Why would that not be in that mode? But anyway, whatever. No Rift in D2.
Not yet.
Did they say Rift's coming back to D2?
I mean, it's there.
What does that mean?
In the new raid, there is a throwing and catching mechanic.
Oh, okay.
Like they have a hey, help me type of thing. Like you can wave your hand and the ball. And
okay, dumb question, because I've gone complete dark on all Destiny anythings.
Yeah, sure.
Have they shown off stuff from the new raid?
No, I mean we know what it's called.
I think I heard that.
The Last Wish.
Okay.
It takes place in the first city or the home.
I knew that from the reveal trailer, but like, how do you know that there's a throwing mechanic? I guess
that was in Spire of the Stars, the raid layer.
Oh, the one that I didn't do. Okay, gotcha.
Like it's throw the ball. I mean, even when you do the story mission with the relic, you pick up the thing, you throw it, and you crush the crystals. Like that's a throwing mechanic too, you know.
I mean, I guess. Sure. Okay. Fine.
It's all right, Tim.
It's all good. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just continue our tit-a-tat of shitting on each other's things.
Well, there's no shitting on it. You play the games you like to play.
Yeah. Oh, last bit of gaming news, which I guess is good news if you're a fan or you want to do it on the go. And it also opens up the floodgates for a lot more, by the way. Diablo 3 is officially coming to the Nintendo Switch. And it's the Ultimate Edition that has like everything in it. And it's coming real soon, like end of October soon, too. So like people who have asked Blizzard, like, "Oh, are you working on something for Switch?" And they're like, "No." They are straight up lying to you. Because I guess they've been working on this for 9 months now. So And then people have also asked them, and I'm not a fan, but I'm just saying it for people who might be fans, like if Killbot's listening. Somebody asked them and was like, so if Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch, is Hearthstone and Overwatch and StarCraft 2 and shit? Because Switch could run those. And then they were like, we're not going to say anything at this time. But then like one of the producers like, but what I will say is that the Switch is capable of running Overwatch. And I'm like, yeah, Overwatch is coming to the Switch. So,
I mean, as funny as it sounds, since I play Paladins a lot, I hate Overwatch.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
No,
Well,
not at all.
Let me put it this way. I don't hate Overwatch. I think it is a fine game. I think the art style is fine, and the type of game it is fine, and all that sort of stuff. However,
The community is the most toxic thing I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, okay, I guess two things. I was going to say one thing was like, it's just not for me, you know? But then I'll add to that Mike's thing of it is definitely the most toxic thing I've ever seen. Hands down. Super toxic. It's garbage. Hot trash. But at the same time, it's really cool because this is the first game that Blizzard's made for a Nintendo platform in like 18 years. And since all of Blizzard's games are highly scalable because of their custom engine, you know, all I'm saying, Switch, touchscreen, perfect for StarCraft or Warcraft. Hearthstone would already be perfect because it's already tablet form ready to go. Just add some controls in there, you're good. I would even go so far as to say like you could probably put fucking WoW on there, right?
Maybe.
I mean, not that I personally want it, but I'm just saying, you know, Switch is fucking hot right now, you know? Like, if it's attracting devs back to Nintendo that haven't done anything with them for over, like, 2 decades. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then the other thing of the Diablo 3 announcement was there's a special skin and weapon and armor thing that makes you look like Ganondorf in Diablo 3. Which is kind of badass, actually. So that's a thing. Gotta throw a little nugget in there for the Nintendo people.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, why not? It's the game to do it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, man, I'm real dumb. I didn't even look at our video game Discord. This is terrible.
Why?
Oh my gosh. Well, they revealed. Did we already talk about this? Doom Eternal.
I think we might have, but it's
Doom Eternal revealed trailer. It's got grappling hooks. Looks like Hell's invaded Earth. It's gonna be great. It's Doom. Doom's fucking fun. Diablo 3. There's a translucent blue PS4 Pro model that celebrates 500 million PlayStation sold. So they broke a milestone there. Console color's really cool looking. Like it's like a deep navy blue with like gold accents. It does look quite sexy. I guess they're only making 50,000 of them, so I'm sure those will go fast. Oh yeah, this is the thing. So Warframe, in just like being able to have every kind of game in this game, they have a Street Fighter fighting game in it now.
Yeah.
Called Frame Fighter, apparently. I haven't played it. Burning Wing was saying you got to grind to get to it, so.
They put a Tony Hawk style skateboard in, so.
Yeah, but that's in the next expansion, right? Or is that there now?
That's coming next expansion.
Okay. So, you know, cool, my opinion. People are continuing to get hyped for the Jump Force fighting game. That's got all the Shonen Jump characters fighting.
Fuck yes.
I guess Vegeta, for DBZ people, has joined the roster. People are really excited about that.
I mean, if you watch that trailer, a lot more people than just Vegeta were hinted at.
Are you saying that I need to probably Google it?
I mean, I can tell you who it was. They did Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. They did Gon from Hunter x Hunter. I mean, they showed Aizen more. Yeah, I don't even like fighting games, and I'm gonna buy that game.
Huh. Here's the list. It's Goku, Dragon Ball, Frieza, Dragon Ball, Vegeta, Dragon Ball, Naruto from Naruto, Sasuke Ucha from Naruto,
Sasuke.
Monkey D. Luffy, One Piece,
Yep, Luffy.
Hirono Zoro, One Piece, Sanji, One Piece, Marshall D. Teach, One Piece, Sabo, One Piece, Ichigo Kurosaki. Sorry, folks, if I'm butchering these names.
I got
I've
it.
not seen any of these except for this bottom one here. Who I guess is now confirmed as a non-playable character, which makes me mad because that was the only thing that got me excited at the E3 trailer. Continuing the list, Rukia, Kuchiya, Bleach, Susuke Azinen, Bleach,
Sasuke Aizen,
Gian Fresis, Hunter x Hunter, Hisuke Moreau, Hunter x Hunter, and non-playable characters, which makes me mad, is Light Yagami and Ryuk. That's dumb. I don't know why that is. Why is he non-playable? Because I was there. You had me, Jump Force. You had me. Ew. So, I don't know.
But no.
Yeah. Well, because it's like, and I get it. Like those are popular animes, but it's like, of those, the only one I've watched is Death Note. I mean, I've seen Dragon Ball. It's not my thing, but like, I don't know. I really just want a fighting game where I can play as an Evangelion. That's what I want. And before people start tweeting at me, I know there's already a fighting game that exists like that. I want a good game. Evangelion. Let's put it that way. I want a good game. Let's just do that, shall we?
I want one that I enjoy.
Yeah. No, I want one that, other people enjoy as well. Because, like, I've seen the playthroughs of that thing, and that is just trash.
I think the only mech game I ever enjoyed playing other than Steel Battalion was Zone of the Enders.
Oh, that's a really good mech game, which sadly we won't get any more of because Konami's a fucking cunt. So they remastered them. They came out again this year, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're good because the old ones were good and fantastic. And also, Zone of the Enders 2 Second Render, the multiplayer 1v1 and that, highly underrated. Just saying. I had tons of fun with my friends playing multiplayer in that against each other.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Tim, we should definitely do a Dead by Daylight thing.
Yeah.
Because either me as the hunter or you and I as the survivors just reacting would be a fucking, oh man, so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have it downloaded, but it's only 8 gigs. It can't take that long to download. I'm down for it, like, right now if we wrap up quick.
Throw it on. Let's go.
Sweet. Running through the last couple things. This is kind of a big one, but we'll say it quickly. U.S. fucking congressman indicted for spending $1,302 on Steam games from the fucking campaign fund, which, is not his money. So, I don't have a name. Oh, no, here it is. Duncan Hunter. Fucking Californians. God damn it. I don't know. You deserve it. Really? Like, if you've been indicted, like, you really genuinely deserve to get fucked. If you've stolen money from campaign funds, which came from A, not your money, B, contributors, and B, probably people who were trying to get you elected or do whatever in Congress. I don't know how governments work. So
the humble bundle, man, they're just such good deals.
Shit. I don't know. That's just so dumb. And before also people get on Twitter or Discord on me for like breaking the politics rule. I've told you before, our no politics and religion rule. Very, very strict on that. Except this one is clearly, it's a political thing.
About gaming.
With games. So, I told you before, like, like if it was a congressman tomorrow and he's like all, what's your favorite game series, Mike?
Mine?
Off the top of your head, go.
My favorite game series? Fallout.
Yeah, go. Okay, so if a congressman tomorrow was like, Fallout is banned from the United States for taking place in famous American cities, right? We would fucking talk about it.
Oh, I'd rant.
Yeah, for sure. And then last bit of news coming from the always with the hot tips Burning Wing. So everybody seems to be talking about a rumored Xbox All Access service,
Yeah.
which for a monthly fee will include Xbox Live Game Pass, Xbox Live Gold, and an Xbox One X for a flat monthly fee. What do you think about that, Mike?
I mean, wishful thinking. If it happens, I mean, great.
Yeah. Do you think that that's bad for the gaming economy?
No.
If they have like if video game consoles are basically treated as cell phones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what that means.
Yeah, people are going to spend their money how they want to spend their money.
It's true. The old vote with your wallet argument.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I mean, when it comes to gaming, that's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, alrighty. I think that brings us to the end of another Fork in Your Ear. Sorry for getting a little dark, but Mike kept it light. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
You're always good at doing that. At least when I'm doing shitty.
Yeah.
As always, you can tweet at us at GoodForkPod. You can email us, forkinyourEarPodcast@gmail.com. Or find us on Facebook, Fork in Your Ear Podcast. We're available where all fine podcasts are not sold. And we do have another show, the Fork in Your Path, an actual play RPG podcast. Which, again, I'm sorry for this. I've had some medical things. I've not had my attention on this, both to Mike and to fans listening to this show, waiting for where the fuck to find it. It's not on iTunes yet, and it's not really anywhere other than YouTube. You can actually find it on Dynamic Works Productions on youtube.com right now. It's got its own playlist. That seems to be the only place that's working. I don't know why Google Play is not working. I don't know why any of these others are not working. It was on my to-do list to get it done last Sunday, but my dick.
Yeah.
And, yeah, been not focused on that this week at all. But I had an email. I was told that the iTunes thing was supposedly resolved. So I don't know. There's probably a step that I need to do on the back end and get that done. For your own edification, Mike, episode 3 is already edited. Just hasn't been put up. So the editing's actually going quite smoothly on that, by the way. In case you're wondering, I'm already pretty much done with episode 4, but that was also on the list to do this week too. But I don't know how to do things with my shit down. Basically, let's put it that way.
No, I understand.
Yeah, so sorry folks, I don't have links for people yet because the fucking haven't done it. Sorry. Shit got way too real for me. So, but yeah, keep an eye out on that, and in the meantime, YouTube is totally the place to actually get the Fork in Your Path show. It exists there. Did I miss anything, Mike?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you've got your own pimpins.
You can find me if you want to hear me talk about the RNG cast on the RNG cast. You can find that wherever you find your podcasts. Apparently, Lipson decides it wants to help, to be successful for certain people and not for others, which is weird. Thanks, Lipson.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that one. It is definitely weird. I did not ever expect to have this much problem, considering how long I've used them and how long you've used them, for that matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
It's interesting. Let's put it that way.
That's not the word I'd use.
Yeah, frustrating.
I would say it's like having fungus on your dick.
Sure.
Well, already.
Not fungus.
I'm your host, always, author, podcaster, gamer, Tim. Can't speak right now, apparently. I'm Tim. You know the rest. Buy my book. Support me. I'm in pain, literally, right now, while I'm doing this.
And I'm Mike. You can find me on Twitter, BusterKnuckle13.
All right, we're out.
Shazam!
Thank you for listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast. You can find our podcast at www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Feel free to email us at dynamicworks@mac.com.
This is Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be. That's The Citadel, Arrival, by author Tim K.A. Trotter, available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99.
Man,
Hey.
what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, you know, just my skin's cracked and is falling off on my dick and bleeding.
Oh, wow, that
Like
is-
right now.
that is some things. That is some things you have said to me.
Oh, it's gonna get a lot worse, buddy.
Oh my God, man.
But like my favorite comedian said, you know, for God's sakes, tell me your pain. Just put it in joke form.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with Chris Titus jokes. I'm all right with that. Yeah.
I don't know how to put this in joke form other than to just bluntly say it and attempt to chuckle about it.
My dick skin walked into a bar. It got drunk. The bartender said, "Get the fuck out."
Pretty much.
Christ, dude.
It's not good. I don't recommend it.
No, why would you?
Don't recommend it at all.
That shit is just dark.
Yeah, it's been going on a week now.
Oh,
Uh,
how long does it last for?
Well, I guess the fungus is supposed to. I mean, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna talk about it all anyway on the show. So.
Okay. Well, we can just wait then. We can wait.
We might as well just start the show.
Sure.
So, yeah. Let me just message my Jessica, letting her know we're starting. Okay. That's there.
Before we kick it, let me get a drink.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. I don't actually have anything at all with me either.
Yeah, I was like, hold on a second. I was like, parched. All right.
Sweet. All right. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Okay. How was your RNG this morning?
It was good.
Yeah? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'll talk about it till something cool happened.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
We'll get to gaming. When we get to gaming, that will happen.
All right, here we go. Cut it! Real scream, by the way.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that at all. Oh my god.
I know. It's just really easy for me to access this pain right now.
Mm.
Because it's fucking here. Alright, but seriously, cut in?